Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. You overdosing on the same damn pills, trying to but can't get no deal. Struggling just to pay one bill, wishing you had a uncle. Feel rob him, if you gotta kill. Make sure he don't get up those hills. Time for me to get on one more drill. Won't stop till we hit 1 mil, bitch. You know I'm talking, so move the ass and stop watching. It's your new job, so clocking. I'm a boss, my bad if I'm barking. I come straight from road Boston. It's the same old road I be crossing. It's the same strip I'm always walking. Don't run up, might end up in a coffin. You will never catch me lacking. Me and my niggas stay packing. Uptown does shit that I'm repping. So I warn you, just use that caution. Niggas see me in my foreign. That bitch is up cause she boring. Most of these girls now just talking. And I hate to say it, but they coming. Niggas have no bread in their pocket, but be the ones bragging often. Y'all see the design I be rocking. Of course y'all on IG stalking. Now I'm the last one that's laughing while y'all niggas is chatting. Y'all talking about this blasting, but we know y'all niggas just acting. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Tired of dealing with the same old shit. Pass the spliff, I need one more hit. Still driving with no permit. Ain't drunk, but I'm tryna get lit. She told me that I could hit. Told her I ain't tryna come in. She took out but her tits. Need bed, don't need that's no bitch. That's what my mama. Time to go focus on commas. Chose to be one about drama. Yeah, I'ma holler. Pull up on court with Obama. Ball, how the fuck that I wanna? You know that I gotta make it for all my fucking brothers. Run shit up, blow Obama. Hey, straight to the Bahamas. Don't jack down, I'm a scammer. Coming up the whole lot of hanging on like a hanger. Tryna see all the ops dead. Smelly word always in my head. Sin City make it spread. Y'all heard what the fuck I said. All my niggas full and fair. That's word to my dead. I'm just tryna be ahead. Make it back home in the bed. Shot out Gene and red. Niggas be taking off heads. I'm just tryna get this bread left out. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Who we are.
She talks.
Oh, you know we do. FM. Yeah.
What up, y'all? Planet of Fakes. I'm starting right off. Planet of Fakes here. I'm starting it right off.
It's not a private park, it's a public park.
It is public, and we can close it, and we're closing it.
Okay, under what grounds?
I just told you. We can close it
I'm sorry, I
anytime.
didn't hear you. Don't need to talk to me rude. I'm just a mom with my kids.
You guys gotta go. Let's go get your kids.
So you're saying it's closed right here?
I am saying the playground is closed.
Okay, my
So
kids
get
are
your
on
kids
there.
out to playground.
Are you going to take us off?
I can sign all of you.
You're going to arrest us, or you just said you'd arrest
I
us?
said you could be cited or arrested. I'm trying to be nice here.
That wasn't so nice.
Well, I gotta yell so you guys can hear me.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
What's your name and your badge number?
Fiscus 3094.
Sergeant Fiscus 3094.
I got to deal with these people.
So what is going on?
Not your fault.
COVID scare, yeah. I guess all this tape, like on that statue, was on all this stuff, and I guess people tore it off. So I'm sorry. I wish you could stay and play. Some angry kids, I get it. Hi guys. So I'm sorry. Hopefully this thing will open up soon. Okay, you guys have any questions?
Well, it's a public park, so I do wonder why it's being closed when it's a public park. I mean, we're not breaking a law.
The city closed it, and the city can close the park at any time.
Under what grounds? Under what grounds can they just come in and...
The city code says they can.
But we have to
With the
still pay
city-
taxes, right? And we're paying taxes down. We don't get a refund on the parks we're
I am
paying
not
for.
the one to argue with. The one to argue with, if you don't like it, is the mayor or the parks director. I'm just a law enforcement officer, and I've been asked to come here and make sure everyone knows. So,
Right, you're the line of enforcement on an order that, quite frankly, is unconstitutional.
okay, that's something to take up with the mayor and the parks director.
But you're enforcing it right now.
Yeah,
It's your choice, right?
I could enforce it. I could charge people, but I don't want to do that.
Have you done
Yeah.
that? Have you
I
done
have
that at any
not.
point?
I have not. And I
Okay,
don't
do you
want
plan to if people decide to?
Ma'am, don't get mad at me.
I'm not-
just
we're
out here. I'm trying
frustrated.
to.
Right.
So this
Don't
is
be
the
mad
deal.
at us. We're just the moms who are paying taxes and frustrated with this whole thing.
I pay
Yeah.
taxes too, and I'm frustrated with it as well. But you gotta leave the park.
Or what?
Well, the playground.
So we can be over there on the green grassy area.
Absolutely.
On the
I
paths
don't,
with
it doesn't always
scooters.
doesn't make sense to me.
Whoever wants to talk, this is the parks guy. He can tell you exactly what you can and can't do. I will tell you, the playground is closed. We told you that. Okay?
Or you talk to this gentleman.
Well, he's not for, like, so he might be the park director though, but he's not going to cite us and he's not going to arrest us. And he's
But
not
he
going
can ask me to cite or arrest me.
Okay, so what would you be citing us for?
Trespassing.
On the public playground
Public property.
that we pay for.
It was closed
But we
by
have the
the,
right to peaceably assemble.
yeah, closed by the mayor's and director's order.
So it's up to you if you decide you would like to press charges or gotcha. No, we're just moms.
We're just trying to protect people here.
Right.
Out in the air with the sun.
Right. Protect us from getting vitamin D and letting our kids play in the sunshine. I mean,
You guys, you haven't read that the virus stays on plastic for like 72 hours and stuff like that?
So it doesn't stay on plastic in Costco or anywhere else. Places are open with social
This is kind of a
distancing.
gotcha thing, isn't
No,
it?
we have
Yeah,
rights.
did you guys organize to do this?
No, we're just tired of
No,
this.
so all of you just showed up all over.
we showed up here so we could let our kids play and have a play date.
It's the mayor's order.
We showed up and it doesn't look close to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops, jeez. Spilled bubbles all over my arm.
We're just going to record our rights.
You know,
Tear the tape off?
I saw it when I got here. I did.
Social distancing order too, right?
Then maybe you should stay away from us. Do you have the
I'm trying
virus?
to back off, so you're supposed to be on.
You don't have a mask on.
Ma'am, I have told you to exit numerous times. This is it. Exit the playground area now. And don't, I really am trying to be nice about this.
Doesn't sound like a nice guy.
Because you guys aren't listening. I just told you exit the playground area. It's
But
easy.
we're not trespassing. Are you going to
Ma'am.
cite everyone for not social distancing over here?
Ma'am.
Are you going to
Ma'am,
arrest people for not social
you have
distancing?
5 seconds. 3.
Arrest me for being a park. Do it. Report it.
Okay, this is not. Officer, you don't want to do that. Officer, you don't.
You're being detained right now.
Am I being arrested or detained? Am I arrested or detained? Someone call Idaho Freedom Foundation right now and get them on the phone.
Call now. I'm recording. Someone else call. Okay, can you call? Her kids are here. Her kids are here. What is going to happen? Who's got her kids? This makes no sense. He is arresting her for being on a public playground. He is arresting her right now. Officer Fiscus.
As a person, does this make sense to you?
Officer, what is your name and badge number?
Man, you're going to step away from me.
What is your name and badge number? He does not want to give his name or badge number. I asked him 3 times.
About our children playing in the playground. Can we please take
Sergeant Fiscus just arrested her. She was standing. Arrested her.
Governor told us last night the lockout was over.
Who told you that?
I haven't heard that. Like, oh, it's over, bro. Go get everybody at the park. Have some fun.
That's statewide. This is a city thing.
You're going to be... Oh, man, who am I going to talk to?
The mayor or the...
That guy's a hater.
Do you agree with this? Order is not. She was on the playground. She was on the playground standing there talking, and he arrested her.
You have 5 seconds, and then he arrested her.
She just was standing. I have it all on video. I can show you.
Wait,
she
what
was
happened?
standing there.
What happened?
I don't know.
She has kids over here. She has 2 kids over here.
She's all our moms, man.
What happened?
She was just standing there on the playground, and he arrested her. Under what grounds? How can you arrest someone for being on the park?
Stand on the road, okay?
Public property, you can't do that. That's not trespassing.
He arrested her for being on the park. He arrested her for being on the park. He arrested her.
Right now.
Her kids are on the park still.
She broke no laws. No laws. Hey, you guys, I have her husband on the phone. He's a police officer just trying to calm down for a minute.
Her husband is
It doesn't say anything about the right to park in the Constitution.
Freedom to assemble.
What amendment is that in the Constitution?
the First Amendment.
The right to peacefully
Did you know
assemble.
that?
Companionship. To be in our neighborhood.
We pay for this park.
You are arresting her. So we pay for this. And you're paying for what? Like you're arresting her for us paying, like for you to be a cop? Like let's be
All of
real.
us are taxpayers. We pay for this park.
We are. He said to bring back the weapons. He said to bring back the weapons.
Climbers Park, Meridian, right behind the village.
Oh, bring back the weapons.
Noah.
Wow.
Hey, Captain America!
Why we are being told to be city park. And they're saying it is based off the order.
The Constitution has been suspended.
No, it's the Second Amendment. You need to follow the Second Amendment. Not that.
He's not waiting. Her kids are in the park right now. Her husband is on his way. Officer, what is his name? Fiscus?
His name is Price. His name is Fiscus.
Officer Fiscus said he is not waiting for her husband, the father of her children that are in the park right now. He's going to take her away as soon as the transport gets here.
This is America.
This is going on right now, Idaho. What do you think of it?
This is America. You have the right to watch as much Netflix as you possibly can in one night. The Constitution. You have the right to Uber Eats. You made an oath. Both of you made an oath.
Yes.
Are you an oath keeper?
This is America.
Are you an oath keeper? Are you an oath keeper?
The boogeyman will come in.
Did you swear on the Constitution?
What's up, Miss Don
Did
Diva?
you take
Hopefully
an
you
oath?
get me.
Did you take an oath? Did you take an oath?
She has handcuffs on right now. She is a mother who was standing in a playground, and they put handcuffs on her. Officer Fiscus put handcuffs on her. He does not care that she has kids in the park right now. He does not care. He is going to take her as soon as transport gets her here, according to Officer Fiscus.
I'm going to go to jail for trespassing.
For trespassing? What about all of us? Are you going to arrest every single one of us?
Why is she the only one?
What's that? Why would you?
Everybody
Why
get in
in right
line.
mind?
Everybody get in line and put your hands behind your back. You're all in trouble.
Constitution has been suspended.
Right here.
In Meridian, Idaho.
Alex. No, he was a nice
How-
one. We're here for you. We're supporting
How
you.
far is her husband? Where is he?
He's not answering. I said we could stay. Now these two.
She is a mother and her kids are in the park right now and he's taking her. He will not wait for her husband to even get here. He could care less. He has not checked on her kids.
That's the wrong one. Yeah, I put the wrong one.
It's pretty small in my arms. We have it back, but yes, kind of.
I'm not trying to...
I have the whole thing on video. She did nothing.
Really love law enforcement.
So tell me what happened.
Tell you what happened. I just had my rights.
I thought this was Boise.
I'm sorry, I wasn't.
I just was Mirandized. Are you joking me?
It's not even hey, Queen. I thought this was Boise, but it's Meridian. I'm about to find the Meridian charter.
Like I'm supposed to like
Show people it's a company, not a place.
Make nice now.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, you should talk to your buddy. I'm not trying to be rude, but you just
He needs to get back to
He
his
was
out of line. He was out of line.
we're all winning, but he was way
out of line. Officer Price was a gentleman, and he was working with us.
Just arrested them all. You wear the badge. You're Meridian Police. You guys just arrested me.
One officer doesn't represent the entire.
Then do something different.
Yeah, then you show us.
Then take the cuffs off her.
He read water rights.
So think about it. What is a corporation doing worried about COVID?
I've got water bottles.
Again, people think it's a place in government.
Anyone on their way?
Just letting you know.
Yeah, Oath Keepers is a joke.
Anybody on their way in Meridian? So I'm not.
Oath Keepers is a joke.
Yes, take the cuffs off her, for goodness sake.
She's not criminal. She's not a criminal. She's not dangerous.
Take the handcuffs off her.
Is that why you have her in handcuffs?
Sarah Brady. Well, clearly, and there's like what? I mean, 40 people around. We're simply questioning.
I got a special video coming after this. Facebook opinions, body.
Take the handcuffs off of her.
Children who've been playing on the playground, just sitting down, gathering, enjoying the sunshine, enjoying fresh air. Okay, so I'm not going to get booked at this point or get patted down. Well, I appreciate that you don't want to. I'd rather not have a cavity search either. Do we have to stand on the side? Is there a possibility we can...
Could you uncuff her so she could take a drink of water?
That means you don't know it.
This is how she has to drink water, because she has handcuffs on.
This is humiliating. Wow.
Yeah, she got ties with the police. She got ties with the Boise police. That's why I thought this was Boise.
I don't want her walking around. Thank you. Anybody available? Okay, so what? Come down here, please.
If you're just hopping on, Sarah has just been arrested for standing near a playground, apparently, by Officer Fiscus. He handcuffed her while her children were somewhere in the park. He did not check on her children. She said her husband's actually a police officer. He would not wait for her husband to show up to even check on her kids. They're taking her right now. They do not care where her kids are.
I think she recorded us. Mom, what about our kids?
I don't.
Their dad came. He's a police officer. He knows these gentlemen. Yes. He walked off the...
You guys are escalating this. You're escalating this. No, you're escalating.
No one.
So I don't know how it must have became a company after 1901.
Nobody yelled until you put handcuffs on her.
Declared a company. So
Nobody yelled until you put handcuffs on her, okay?
You're escalating the situation. You are escalating the situation.
Officer Price, I talked to you over there. I wasn't yelling at you. No one yelled until she was put into handcuffs.
Well, I'm thirsty.
Well, now we're all very upset because our friend is in handcuffs. So
I didn't grow up in Germany.
Let me go find the city of Meridian.
Sorry. I live in America, okay? Because you're the Stasi now. You're a police state. We grew up in a free country. This is a free country.
Germany was only rotten for a few years.
This is a free country. I don't even know what country means.
The SS?
The SS is surrounded by Germany.
Okay, what about America? Are we free? Are we free?
Take that up with the United States and the Supreme Court.
It'll be too late for you, buddy. Wrong side of
Pardon me for the late live.
Yeah.
They're not late. They actually early. I'm the first one to do a live on 12/23. I mean 4/23. But these are early lives, not late.
Sarah's in the car right now, handcuffed. Her kids are somewhere on the playground. They don't care. They handcuffed her and are arresting her for standing near a playground at Kleiner Park. This is happening right now.
You will be.
Hey, you guys shouldn't ask him questions. He doesn't even know his oath that he swore to.
Doesn't know his
And
oath.
now he's
They don't know what a
feelings about
senior state
it. Hey,
is,
you're
but
not
they're getting on the
feelings
cop
police.
for not knowing
You're
his
not
oath.
feelings police. Uphold the law. Okay? Don't get embarrassed. Getting your feelings involved right now. You shouldn't get embarrassed.
You're here to protect us, and you're not even doing that. You're literally harassing and ridiculing us. Like, what are you here for? We're paying for your job with our taxpayer money for you to do this to us? This is not okay. On her? I don't want her walking around. No, yeah, the baby's in the.
You're wanting to be mad at the government, and I realize that I'm your point person to be mad at the government. I'm not. We're holding you accountable for your actions. This is not our argument to keep arguing. The best argument is in a court of law.
I just wanted to hang out at the park. That's all I wanted to do. It was just some kids playing at the park, and now a mom got arrested. Her husband is a police officer. I just got word that her husband has shown up and got their 2 kids. He is a police officer. I am sure he is having words with the other officer, Officer Fiscus, who arrested Sarah. I'm sure they are having words right now. She is still in the truck with handcuffs on. He's talking to her.
Everybody back on the sidewalk.
Oh, it is there. Look, Meridian is there. I'm gonna show you right now. I'm smoking. All right, Meridian's not there. I got one with Meridian though.
This is what happens. You come to the park to let your kids play. We were having a great time. The kids were out here getting vitamin D, peaceful, so fun. And then the cops showed up because likely one of those passerbys, maybe the woman that I videoed and posted here, I don't know that for sure, so let's not attack her, but one of these people that videoed us called, and then the cops showed up and arrested a mom for, there is no other reason. You guys saw this whole video, I videoed it. She was standing near a playground and they arrested her while her kids were playing at the park.
Notice she don't mention what she.
That was Officer Fiscus that
Notice she's not
arrested
mentioning
her.
the stay-at-home order.
Officer Fiscus
Selective
put
amnesia.
the actual handcuffs on her.
The other one is Officer.
I said his badge number in the video when he said it to me, and I can't remember now what it was, but Officer Fiscus, Officer Price was with him. I don't think Officer Price wanted her to be arrested, but it seemed like Officer Fiscus really flew off the handle there, and so... What's going on?
What happened? The officer pushed my daughter carrying her baby.
No. Which one? The Officer Fiscus pushed? Officer Fiscus that handcuffed her. Officer Fiscus assaulted someone?
He did, and it's on video.
Your daughter? He pushed her daughter? Are you kidding me? It's on video, right? Thank goodness.
He should get arrested. Holding a 2-month-old.
And she was holding a 2-month-old.
He should get arrested.
He should be arrested. He should be behind bars right now. Disgusting. Officer Fiscus, you disgust me. Do you want to see the officer who arrested her and pushed a little girl holding a 2-month-old. Well, there he is. There he is, folks. Officer Fiscus. What is your badge number, sir? 3094. Officer Fiscus, badge number 3094. Handcuffed a mom, put her in the car, pushed a little girl holding a 2-month-old, and that is on camera. Someone did get that on camera. We will get that footage up for you, don't you worry.
Ready for Tucker? You're going on Tucker Carlson.
Pushed a little girl after he arrested a mother. Badge number 3094, Officer Fiscus. This is Meridian, folks. This is your law enforcement.
Hey, Tucker's the good guy. He's going to be fired up about this.
Yeah.
That's a lie. That is
May
not
I just
Meridian.
say, all of the officers
Those
here
are
have
Meridian
been, so far,
officers,
have been
and
very
she's a
polite,
Meridian
very
citizen.
nice. This gentleman, this
She
officer has been
cannot
so
show
nice.
you Meridian.
I don't think,
DeVito, we grew up next to each other.
Really?
We
Yeah.
actually were neighbors.
He's been,
So, you know,
he's been
we were
such a
neighbors
gentleman.
as little
He has
kids.
been such a gentleman. This is not all of law enforcement, okay?
Thank you, sir.
But all you need is one person like Fiscus who arrests a mom and pushes a little girl holding a 2-month-old. All you need is one, folks. No one was stopping him. So what is going to happen now to Sarah sitting in the police car?
So do our kids just lose everything? The libraries, their schools, the parks?
So the kids lose everything, the library, their schools. Oh, God. She said, do the kids lose everything? The library, yes.
Hey,
24 trillion, dear.
Miss, can you just keep, this is on our video. Are you on Boise Peaceful Friends? Can you just keep videoing it?
There's
for me?
a
Sure.
meeting in Emmett tonight at 7
But
p.m.
you're just a citizen of Idaho.
Right now, I'm just a
Okay.
We gotta admit, education's not working. People don't know what states are. People don't know what the national
So when
debt
does
is.
your shift end today?
It's not working. You're actually wasting kids' time with school.
What time does your shift end today?
30 minutes.
Okay, so we
at
are
that point we can interview you.
at that point you are another citizen. So here's the cool thing. When we did our peaceful protest this last week at the Capitol, it was amazing. Oh, like 1,300 people.
Citizen and
Yeah,
American is two
approximately that
different
many.
things.
So, because I've done a
got
lot of different
authority over
protests and rallies,
citizens.
peaceable ones.
They don't
and,
got no
that's by
jurisdiction
far the
over
biggest
Americans,
one I've
though.
ever been to.
Really?
Yeah.
They are U.S.
So the thing
agents.
is that we, there were our
Don't
some of
get it
our
twisted.
local representatives
U.S.
there.
agents.
Even though there are some that aren't taking the time to uphold the Constitution and speak openly, we do have some representatives that are willing to do that, even though it kind of puts them on the spot. And so I encourage you, if this is something that you also maybe slightly disagree with, that when you get off your shift tonight, you can come join the rest of the people heading to Emmett to sign the letter of grievance to the governor
Hey, Anna.
to remove the orders and
It
help
does
deliver
sound
it
fake,
to the
right?
governor. We will all be going to deliver it
It
to the
does,
governor.
but
So,
we scratching
what's
right
the address on
past
that? Do you
all the
remember?
fakery. We getting right to the real.
and she's gone. So 800 East
Her,
Locust.
her
and
husband's a cop.
7 p.m. is when we're meeting to start signing, and then we'll be serving him.
So it's a grievance that you served then on the governor.
Yes.
And when does the serving happen?
So everyone is meeting at 7 to sign,
Right.
and then immediately after that, everyone will go over together and go serve him.
Oh, okay. So it'll happen tonight.
It will happen tonight.
Okay.
Yep.
And where will he be at?
That's a good question. If he's not home, then why is he not home? At some point he has to come home, right? Because we're not supposed to be out and about. So if he has his needs he needs to take care of at some point, he should probably be back home. So I'm assuming
that time of night, he should
So
be
I'm assuming some people will probably stick around until he shows up so that he can be served. Yeah. Yeah.
How many signatures are you expecting?
That I do not know, because I've been to many rallies. I had no idea how many were going to show up to that rally last Friday.
Yeah.
I thought maybe 200 to 500, and there were well over 1,000. So I really don't know how many are going to show up tonight. I really don't.
Sure.
So,
Why in Emmett?
because that's where he lives. We're serving it to him at his residence.
I knew you.
Yeah, he lives in Emmett.
Resides in Emmett.
Yeah. So,
More police?
yeah. But anyways, thank you. I don't know whose phone this was or how long they wanted me to record. But
What's that?
somebody's phone I'm holding to record right
Oh,
now.
somebody else's phone.
She's like, hey miss, can you just get
I just hope there's enough people, whether law enforcement representatives, those that have some kind of authority.
Yeah, she
also
knows
stand
he's
up and
breaking
say
the law.
at some point this isn't constitutional.
Exactly. They know.
You know,
They know
at
what's
some
going
point
on,
we
but
have
she
to stand
ignored
up
it well.
Because if we don't, we will keep losing rights, and it will become. I mean, why put a fence up around? Did you know this? They put a fence up around the skate park in Boise. They
really?
actually erected a fence. I'm like, if there's only
Which one?
the one under the overpass, like the getting onto the freeway.
Downtown one?
Yes, and I don't understand that because if it's like a 2-week order, like that's left before we're supposed to be opening things back up, how much in resources went towards that to put that up? That is supposedly supposed to be done in 2 weeks. My question is, one, that was a lot of resources. Why did they feel the need to put so much
Now, when
resources?
I asked her what
into such a thing?
Meridian, Idaho
And if it was
is,
something
what y'all
so
think she gonna
temporary,
say? This?
Like, is it really temporary, or is this something that they're going to try to continue and enforce long term? You know, because they said originally this was supposed
She
to be.
said this is
slowly
Meridian,
curve.
and it's
So
not
why
true.
are we
She never showed us Meridian.
You know,
Meridian's
the
a
numbers just
company.
aren't adding up, and I know
It only exists
that
on
you
paper.
aren't necessarily trying to put all these orders and laws in place, right? But somebody is. It's coming from somewhere.
See,
And I
Boise,
just feel like
Meridian
we're kind of
intersects,
heading
said
in the wrong
Meridian
direction
thence
with
due
that.
west.
And we're
Every
losing
county, a body,
rights,
corporate, and politics.
freedoms left and
Oh,
right.
Keegan's in the house. Hey, Clean.
It
I'm
is.
not used
It's
to that
very
new
scary, and
profile
that's why
picture yet.
I am happy to
But
continue to
take a
peacefully
look at the
assemble
definition
with
of
people who are willing
Meridian.
to stand up for our
It's
rights.
not a place.
I believe
It's not
so
a government.
important.
It's a company.
Appreciate you
She
guys
don't know
being
that
so
because she
persistent
don't
about
care.
what you believe in and coming out here.
The
and
woman that got arrested, her husband's a cop for Boise. Boise
Well,
is a company, not a place.
They did.
Okay.
Yep.
I think she.
They did. They,
Just show him my receipt because again, this is why she got arrested.
being charged with?
For being in a company, not being outside on American. No. That's the
So who do I
cover.
ask?
But the real reason they could do anything to a citizen is this.
Family.
States and cities are companies,
So,
not places. The
let's go
news
channel.
is betraying you.
Think I right.
Everything on television is betraying you. Politicians are
No, that's a
corporate
good question. What are
agents,
they
not
charging for
public
what?
agents. They're betraying you.
that's what he just asked.
If you don't know
Like,
what a
I
state
really
is
don't
and
know. I
refuse to
wasn't
learn
the
what a
one
state is, you're
doing it.
betraying
I don't know
yourself.
what they
That's
were
all I'm saying.
charging.
But it's not okay for them to do that.
She got arrested because she was standing.
That's
In the
a
playground
lie.
thing.
She got arrested for
But
not
she said
knowing
she
what a
wasn't gonna leave
state
the
or city
playground.
is and being in it. Period.
Like,
They need to stop that lying. She got arrested for this. She got arrested for not knowing what the city of Meridian really is. Because no one that wants rights would be in a foreign company on
They
America.
did.
That's all I'm
They
saying.
had one officer stand there while they brought in the city people and put all the tape back up.
Brought in the city people. Keep that word in your mind. Every time they say city, they not talking about a place or government.
Whose phone
It's on the screen what they're talking about.
I'm not sure. Whose phone was this that I was holding?
Now he's patrolling. Now he's patrolling.
I'm not sure.
Whose phone it is?
Someone handed it to me and said, "Can you hold this and do a live feed?" I don't know.
So the
When you
officer
ask somebody
said
what
that,
is
we don't have any right to be here, and I said, well, we have the First
Boise
Amendment
or
right to
Peaceably
peaceably gather.
they
And
should
he
say a
said,
body
well, that's
politic
if
and
you're
corporate. They won't
protesting.
say that.
And I said,
They'll say
that's what we're
Boise
doing.
is the city.
Either
I
way,
live in.
it has nothing to do
How
with
do you live in a
protesting or not.
company?
It just says we have the right to peaceably assemble.
So
They
he said, we don't have a
retaped it.
constitutional
That is
right
awesome.
to be here because we're not protesting. I
Mom,
said,
what do you
I
think?
we are protesting? That's why we're all here.
Oh, they
Either
took our
way.
sign and unwrapped it. And
Yeah, I need to figure out whose phone this is so I can hand it back.
Mom,
Hold on, Taylor.
can I go on the playground?
I wouldn't do that right now. Cher's phone. Okay. Thank you, whoever
retaped
put
it?
that.
They
Cher? Where is Cher? Okay, the phone. I wasn't sure. And the officer took off. And I'm like, whose phone is this? And someone's commenting, it's Cher. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yeah. Cher's phone. Yeah, I was feeding my baby. Hi there. Yeah. Okay, guys. So what?
tomorrow about dodgeball, right?
Yeah, everyone meet tomorrow for the dodgeball.
Protest. We need to bring our signs because it's a protest.
If it's a protest, we have the right to assemble. So we have to make it known that we are protesting, and then we can assemble. So
They gotta
just
make
so you
it
know,
known.
that's how that's our loophole apparently, because being at the park is somehow illegal now. So I don't know what's happening to Sarah. Do we know?
I didn't see her over there. Did they drive her off? I think they might have.
They drove her off.
So they're probably booking her. Is her husband going to meet her?
Oh, I'm sure. He's a police officer himself. That's a protest.
No, we should not let him leave.
Okay, you guys, you just saw this whole video. What are you going to do, Idaho? A mom was
Idaho is
arrested
a company,
for
not a place,
standing near a playground. And now here's
Meridian
Officer Fiscus.
is a company,
He's guarding
not a
the
place,
playground.
y'all.
Oh, they're putting the caution tape back up because it's very dangerous to be out in vitamin D on playground equipment. And here's Officer Fiscus, who arrested a mom, pushed a little girl holding a 2-month-old baby.
And I want to pause that for a second
There
because
it
I
is,
want y'all
folks.
to notice
Meridian's best.
in this little diagram that I got right here, it says the Idaho housing, and this is real important. Y'all gotta pay attention to this. This is the important stuff. Let's forget about the state and the city for a second, and let's look at this other thing. All right. It was right here, I think, if I'm not mistaken. All right. All right. You see this right here? This right here is actually not for the city or the state. This is actually the legislation for an independent agency. But the reason I want to bring this to your attention is, remember I told you, the state is a body politic and corporate. Everything in it or under it, keep that in mind, in it or under it is a body politic and corporate too. So if you're a company in the state, you're a body politic and corporate. If you claim to live in the state, you're a body politic and corporate, because that's what the state is, a company. It is not a place. It is not a government. This is how they have authority over those that say I'm in the state. Due to the fact the state's a company, you saying you're in it, they got protocols for people that's in their company, no matter where you are in the world. It doesn't trump being in their company. So the fact that they're saying they're in the state of Idaho, they're no longer on American land. They're not Americans. They're nothing more than U.S. body politics and corporates. You understand? So with that being said, I paused it here because in this legislation, I guess they created the independent agencies. And that's why it says subparagraph 4, independent public body corporate and politic means Idaho Housing and Finance Association. So no one can deny that the Idaho Housing and Finance Association is a body politic and corporate. It's right there in front of their eyes. It's on Google. It's in this legislature. I know people don't read legislatures. They don't even read Constitution. But no one's going to be able to deny that the Idaho Housing and Finance Association is a body politic and corporate that was created by chapter whatever 52 title 67. All right. The only reason I'm bringing that to your attention is because we all can agree that the Idaho, hopefully I can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Or am I wasting my breath? But hopefully we all can agree that based on the Idaho, and y'all see the website, if y'all got a website that says Idaho is a place, Boise is a place, Meridian is a place, please give me that link. And I hope it comes from the .gov, because I'm showing you .gov shit. I'm not showing you bootleg. I'm not telling you what the news said. I'm not telling you what a governor's saying on TV. They're all foreign agents. You're being tricked by foreigners. They're going to orderly exterminate everybody like they're doing. And they're going to continue to do it as long as people don't care what a state or city is. So the buck stops with me. I'm teaching people what states and cities really are. You want to be a zombie and go along with them? Fine. Go along giving people here to orderly exterminate you the authority to do that by lying for them and claiming states and cities are places. That's no problem. But we can all agree that this Housing and Finance Association, remember that word, associations can be companies now. Think about that. Because Idaho Housing and Finance Association, they're companies. Look at the definition right there. And if you don't know what a body politic and corporate is, look at the definition right here. I put it at the end. Look at the definition for a body politic and corporate, a company. All right, so Idaho's a body politic and corporate. The state of Idaho, Boise, every county is a body politic and corporate. Look, they tell you right there. And remember what I told you, the reason they use codes are because they are foreigners tricking Americans. If you was going to go to another land and trick them, you would need a code so all your employees will know what you're talking about and doing, but the people that you're tricking won't. So this is why all your U.S. laws are in codes, because they're a foreign company. But y'all keep pretending it's an American place. I'm trying to figure out what place it is, because it can't be America. That's why y'all call it U.S. of A, not U.S. is A. So we know that the U.S. ain't A based on U.S. of, not U.S. is. So U.S. ain't A. With that being said, where's this woman? Because Idaho's a company, Boise's a company, and the U.S. is a company. That's not America. Where is this woman? She can't tell us. That's a crime. That's a crime that she can't tell us where in the world she is. I know you don't understand that, but she can't tell us. She believes she's in a company by the name of Idaho, by the name of Meridian. And she should know every county, city, state, town, person is a body politic and corporate. Google will tell you that. Look, political code of the state. Not political code of CVS, not the political code of whatever fucking fast foods they got out there, but for the state. So this applies to the state. Every county, a body corporate, every county is a body politic and corporate, and as such has the power specified. That's how they created the state of Idaho. By simply writing on paper, from this day forward, Idaho is a body politic and corporate that has the power to sue and be sued. That's how Idaho was created. It's not a place on America. It's an ideology that certain people in an area of America adapted. Now, you growing up in that old association, it doesn't make you part of that association because it was never explained to you. State is an association. It's not, it's a group. It's a company, a group. It's not a place, it's not a fucking government. No different than the Bloods and Crips, except they got it on paper so you can't detest it after you joined it and did something wrong. You can't detest it. But you can detest it before and say, hey, you going too far. Y'all a company, you're not a place. You don't stay in the company and scream out, you got American rights, because you don't. You're in their foreign company. They're not going to blow the whole shebang and charade and tell you, shut up, you are a slave for being in our company. But they'll enslave you off your ignorance one at a time. All for different reasons. This way you won't ever suspect they're not your government, but a foreign company posing as a place and a government. And this is all public knowledge. It's not illegal that I'm telling you. You're actually breaking the law by thinking state means place in government. This is why they pay you no mind. They play it off good though, but they pay you no mind. Because they know they're here to orderly exterminate all of y'all for trying to overthrow America. The United States is not America. Keep watching United States television. Keep regurgitating United States education. it's going to put you forever in the United States, and you don't even know where that is. So just be careful. Let's get back to the video, because keep in mind, these women don't know where they are, but they're talking to these Idaho cops because the cops don't know what a state is either. And they could have stopped all of this, like I always tell y'all, by asking the cop, what is the state of Idaho? But everybody's so smart, they just assume Idaho means place. By you assuming that, you now under the company's authority. These agents work for that company known as Idaho. We can all agree the U.S. of A, not U.S. is A. Therefore, the U.S. ain't America. Why are they screaming American rights? They're not Americans. They're U.S. citizens. The U.S. is not America. U.S. of A, not U.S. is A. Where is she? She's nowhere. She's in oblivion. They're actually saying whatever they got to say to take custody of her body. That's it. Because the company she's pretending to be in, they already got control of her person. Her person is their property. Sarah Baker, whatever her company assigned name was that her parents gave her, they control that. They created it. They approved it. They could say guilty on paper. Her body got to follow. So just keep that in mind, playing that state is a place, state is a government game. When they lock you up, no one's going to be able to help you because no one knows what a state or city is, thanks to you not knowing. Just keep that in mind. Look at Sarah. Sarah don't know that Idaho's a company. A company automatically telling anybody to stay home that don't work for them, they owe y'all money. If you don't work for the state can't tell you to stay home because the state's a company, not a place. The only people that have to listen to a state are the people that's in the state employees that work for the company. But now that they tricked Americans to think that company means place, guess who works for the company and doesn't get paid? U.S. is America citizens. Sarah's one. Look how she handled herself. And I know a lot of people that have switched places with her just because she's white. I already told you, white people don't know what states and cities are either. They're just not going to tell our black asses because we look up to them in the states. So why would they care what a state is as long as they got a whole race of people that look up to them? Thanks to the state. They're never going to get rid of the state. The state makes you look up to them. But let's get back to Sarah. Stupid name. And it's not even for her. It's just I only met stupid people named Sarah. I hope some smart Sarahs introduce themselves to me one day.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think? There he is in all of his glory. He had a choice. Law enforcement is left to enforce the law. They have a choice. I'll tell you what, I called Little's office. I called Governor Little at the end of last week on Friday. I said, if we were to go to a playground, not that I was even planning to, but out of curiosity, if we were to go to a playground, take down the caution tape, what are the ramifications for that? His secretary told me, and I needed to video, I should have recorded that conversation. They would, at worst, give you a citation. At worst, give you a citation.
Give us back our parks! 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 Give us back our parks!
Is someone
Give us back our parks!
That's why I came back.
Give us back our parks!
See, what people fail to realize is these are all police and all that shit and politicians, they're all foreign agents. Because this is a foreign political system. This system y'all participate in did not start in America. Therefore, it's foreign. So now that it's foreign, it has nothing to do with what you see, what you hear. All it has to do with is what's on paper. And the fact that the governor put on paper the rules to the state, and these people are property of the state because the state's a company, not a place and not a government. So by them believing they're in the state, they're now the state's property. So the state can tell them to stay home based on the fact they're state property, state employees, and that's that. This is why everybody has a state in charge of them. You notice everybody got a state in charge of them, but when you ask people what a state is, they can't even tell you. They blank out. They turn into Manchurian candidates. There's no reason a grown man or grown woman should not be able to tell you what a state is. The fact you're surrounded by people that don't know what the fuck they living in, it puts you in danger. It puts your children in danger. These children are in danger. Prissy B posts thousands of posts a month showing people the dangers of police taking advantage of children, women, men, all because they don't want to know what a state is. Find out before they do something bad to you. Because after they do something bad to you, it's going to be useless.
Let me take my bag. They can't stop us from doing this.
This is a protest, so apparently we're legally allowed to protest. So now we're chanting so we can be official protest.
And I put all the money in the world that even if Sarah found out Idaho and Boise was foreign companies, she would still pretend and fake like they're American places.
Oh, don't take my phone.
Because she thinks she's on America.
Yeah,
She's not on America. She don't got a single document to prove that.
Yeah, give us all the
Do you want to
Oh, that was it? All right, now we got another 9 minutes.
They can't do anything.
because
And it's messed up because they supposed to be teaching the kids what the states are. That's the only way the states are going to serve you, by knowing what they are. That's like people going to McDonald's trying to get library books. Yeah, McDonald's got pamphlets and shit, but they don't got library books. But people that think states are places in a government, every day we watch them wake up in McDonald's and ask for library books or expect library books. Just because the McDonald's screen tells you you're in a library every day and they show you library news, you should do your own diligent research to find out what the fuck a library is. Especially if you're supposed to be in one.
Yes, because it's a protest.
I don't know that I'm not gonna tell you not to do it or that you can't do it, but because I'm holding my baby, I don't know that I'm gonna participate in that.
Yeah.
That's just personal right now, but
We can all at least stand really close.
I say we push forward at least to the very edge of the park.
there's some
It's
caution
really
tape.
not sad. Because just as easy as I put that in Google, anybody could put that in Google. That's tired of being oppressed. That's tired of being taken advantage of. That's tired of racism. I already told you, black people only being citizens to be rounded up and put in FEMA camps. You're not getting no new technology. You're not going to be getting no best jobs. None of that shit. FEMA camps. You're going to have the best jobs till they ready to put you in a FEMA camp. It's people with great jobs in mass graves right now, wishing they knew what a state or city was. Trust me on that.
The kids are writing out, "Give us back our parks" on the sidewalk.
But again, I'm not the complexion for correction, so until a white person shows them and tells them the same stuff that I show them and tell them, it ain't gonna count to them. So guess what? They're gonna be gone, because ain't no white people gonna take the advantage they got over black people away. I'm not gonna take the state away from all of us. These Negroes look up to us, based on the state making them, based on the state treating us a little better than them. But it's going to come a time where foreigners get treated better than them. Foreigners know what a state is already. A lot of them do. A lot of them don't. And I feel sorry for the kids, because the kids is growing up in this corporate slavery just like we grew up in it. But these kids are worse off because that debt's at what, 26 trillion? It wasn't there when I was growing up. We had billions in surplus when I was growing up. This whole new debt shit, that's something else. But I feel sorry for the children. Because like I told you, after all this, they're going to be forced to legalize all type of drugs, legalize prostitution. They're going to lower the age of consent because these corporations are going to be so desperate for the foreign loans, they're about to adapt all the foreign laws that make Europe a pervert paradise. But again, these are people that don't even care what they pretending to live in, so they can't care what their children are going to be pretending to live in.
Where did Officer Fiscus go?
Wherever he is, he needs to get arrested.
He's hiding now.
He needs to be sued and he needs to get arrested.
Someone got the video of a little girl with the who had kids at the park. He then pushed a little girl who was holding a 2-month-old baby, and we have it on video.
Okay.
We have it on video. He needs to be arrested. He needs to go to jail. Who agrees with me?
While they raising cops.
He arrested a mom for
Sarah's
standing near a
husband's
playground. She
They're
didn't even
raising
say
cops.
she wouldn't leave.
They don't even know what states are.
And
they don't care them.
Didn't check on her kids, nothing. Her kids were on the playground. We told him, you guys saw me. I made him aware her kids were out here. He could care less. Didn't wait for her husband to get here, who is a police officer. Then he pushed a little girl holding a 2-month-old baby. I did not get.
Think about that. People are pretending to live in a body. I already told you, if y'all in a body, you're a foreign body. Anything you put in your body that's not naturally there is a foreign body. So when I ask people what state you live in, I'm actually asking them, what body are you invading? Because you're a foreign body in a body. This is why police could treat you any way they want to. You don't have no business in a state. They're companies, not places, not governments. But you can live that lie because I know who put it in your head and I know why they put it in your head. How long it's going to be in people's head? Maybe until they're no longer here. I don't know. Planet of the Fakes.
That on this video, but I will find out who posted that. I actually will find that out now. Who posted the video of him pushing the little girl? Do we know? Where's that video? I know they have it on video. Someone got it on video. She told me. Okay, let me ask her. Do we know who got the video of him pushing? It was your daughter, right?
She has it on video herself, but it's just his arm. Mom, all the kids are going back on the park. Mom, yeah, Mom. My baby.
Yeah.
All the kids are going.
So he pushed you.
He pushed me when I'm holding my newborn.
He pushed this woman right here. He pushed her while she was holding her 2-month-old baby. Did you post it somewhere?
I don't have service on my phone, but I have it recorded.
She has it recorded. We'll get it up for you. Is there a way I can get it from you?
Hey. I can send it to you.
Okay. Are you pressing charges?
Can I get in trouble for pressing charges?
Can you get in trouble for pressing charges? No. Can she get in trouble for pressing charges? She was pushed by a police officer holding her 2-month-old baby. Can she get in trouble for pressing charges? No, you can't. And there is an attorney on our group page who is giving service to you for free. So I will give you.
What's that? He's looking into it already.
He's looking into it already for you. Do we know his name, people? What was his name?
They sound educated,
I know
right?
who, the lawyer.
Don't even know what they live in.
Okay, it was Officer Price who pushed her.
She sound educated, right?
Now
don't even know what they
live
live in. Don't let that shit fool you.
All the kids are back in the park already.
You can't be smart. You don't know what you're living in.
Don't
let them
Oh my goodness. Oh, they're back on the playground. They
don't
just
let none of these foreign imposters fool you.
Yes, I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm going.
You're free. You're free to do that. It's not their right. They don't get to tell.
Planet of Fakes, supreme consciousness, no fakes allowed.
If they're being consistent, then go
Stay your ass in your state.
6 feet apart.
Supreme consciousness,
Got
Planet of
somebody's
Fakes.
water bottle. Come here, are you thirsty? Come here. Oh, come here, I'll give you a drink. You want a drink? You guys, I'm keeping this video going for right now because there are kids on the playground again and they ripped off the caution tape and I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not really sure how that happened. There's a lot of
feel
kids here.
bad
They
for them
don't
'cause it
all
is a
belong
nice
to
weather.
parents that are here.
I know
There
the
looks like
kids are
there's some
bouncing off
neighborhood kids
walls.
that came in from maybe, I don't know, maybe nearby apartments over there, and I really don't know who pulled down caution tape at this point. But someone did, and the kids just all started. It looks like there's some teenagers over there.
It's sad though. I just know one thing: the corona
group here.
spike bet not increase.
So I don't know what's
They're
gonna
feel
happen.
very silly.
We didn't hear much about Sarah. They took her away. I think they were booking her. I know her husband knows those officers, and he is. I'm sure he was going to drop their kids, get their kids safe. And
so think about it, y'all. This is why I brought up the Idaho Housing and Finance Association, because we both saw that those are body politics and corporates. Now, if you ask somebody, I'll ask them, hey, can you live in the Idaho Housing Authority? They'll say yes. And they won't be wrong for that. People do live in Idaho Housing Authority, no problem. Now let's ask them, can you live in a finance association? And they'll say, nah, you can't live in a finance association. All right, so we're going to let y'all live in housing. Even though they didn't say housing authority, I gave them the authority. It's actually one company. Housing and Finance Association is all one. But just to make it easy for people, I broke it up. I turned one into the Housing Authority, which I could prove to you ain't what you believe it is. But I gave them that. Housing Authority, not Housing and Finance, Housing Authority. They said, yeah, you can live in that. I said, all right, you can have that. All right, you can live in that. Fuck it. Go ahead, get out of there. Go live in the Housing Authority, no problem. But now let's get to the meat and potatoes. Can you live in a finance association? Nah, you can't live in that. All right, no problem. Don't you know that the Housing and Finance Association is a body politic and corporate? You already agree we can't live in a finance association, no problem. But I just want to lock you in that it's a body politic and corporate. Yep, we saw that, we agree. You agreed you can't live in that. What's the difference between that and Meridian? Because Meridian, just like every county of Idaho, is a body politic and corporate. What's the difference between Meridian and the Housing and Finance Association? Because they're both the same thing, a body politic and corporate. You want to get deeper? The State of Idaho is a body politic and corporate, the same thing as the Housing and Finance Association. We already agreed you can't live in a Housing Finance Association. How can you live in a state? They're both the same thing, a body politic and corporate. But we can even get deeper. I showed y'all artificial person meant corporation, also known a body corporate. So if a person is a body corporate, you can't live in that. Because that's just like the Housing and Finance, a body politic and corporate. You can't live in that. Just like the County of Meridian, a body politic and corporate. You can't live in that. Just like the State of Idaho, a body politic and corporate. You can't live in that. And guess what? If state means body politic and corporate, you can't live in the United Body Politics and Corporate. You know why? Because they're company, not places. But again, people so deep in being foreign agents to this foreign company known as the U.S. is nothing but FEMA camps. And what I showed people last night in their futures, guaranteed, they're guilty of a crime. You trying to overthrow America. It's known as misprision. They have no right to bring up any rights. They're working. As long as you're in a body politic and corporate, you are working. Whether you acknowledge it, whether you playing it off like the news and the celebrities and like your clothes and the police cars say, it don't fucking matter. You are guilty of an international crime. You're trying to turn your foreign company into a real place known as America, the ground underneath you. And just like Felicia asked me, do I live in the US of A? I told her I live in my body. And I live on America. She don't understand that term because they don't speak to you like that. They like to have you thinking you living in so-called places. But think about this. If a state is the dirt under your feet, why you pretending to live in dirt? wouldn't you be living on the state of Idaho, not in it? Think about that. You're supposed to be on it. Just like you're on the planet Earth. You're supposed to be on America, the land. Not in the body politic and corporate. You a foreign body politic and corporate. They got the right to do whatever the fuck they want to do to you. They just, and they do. Sometimes it makes the news, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes they lie, sometimes they go to jail, sometimes they don't. But it's all to keep the facade of them being places. If they let every state employee that killed a citizen off like they could, y'all would know what's up. So they let off a nice amount, call it corruption, call it racism, call it whatever the fuck you want to call it, but it's ignorance. Because people don't know what they're living in, and they're dying in it. And the state's job is actually to get rid of all of its employees after its assignment is done. The assignment on America is done. It has been done for a very long time now. They're just not telling the USA citizens because they're bound to wake up, renounce that citizenship, and place them back in District of Columbia where they belong while we reorganize America. But it's never going to happen because people too pussy to want to know what they living in. But let's continue.
Then go take care of that. I'm sure he's on his way to Sarah at this point.
And that's why they dying now, the state agents. Isn't it ironic?
Corey, we need to we need to get this to the news stations. Yes, we do.
Yeah, the news that told you Idaho's a place and Meridian's a place lies.
I'm still running this live video because I don't know what's going to happen.
How can the temperature be 90 degrees in a company?
I am afraid to put my camera down at this
point.
This is going to be a very long live video. I'm going to share this to my personal account as well. As soon as this video is over, I will share it on my personal account. Yes, thank you, Corey. Please call the news stations. Get them down here because we have a whole lot of witnesses here right now that could give them interviews for exactly what went down here.
No news came.
Kids are just back to playing. It's kind of like you wouldn't even know anything besides the yellow caution tape. You wouldn't even know anything was going on right now. It's like a day at the park, but it's not a day at the park. A mom was just arrested. A woman was assaulted holding a 2-month-old baby, and that was Officer Fiscus that arrested a mother. She was doing nothing wrong. She was standing near a playground. She didn't, you guys.
Remember what I told you. All of this could have been avoided by asking a police officer, what is the state of Idaho? With the camera running. Once he would have said, I don't know, that would have been the end of his job. But people so stupid, they'll let a cop that don't know what a state is arrest them for breaking a state law. Think about that. Think about how ignorant you got to be for letting a state employee arrest you for breaking a state law, but he can't even tell you what a state is. But think about it. These people don't even care what a state is. This shit is ignorance, y'all. Don't be like them. Trust me. I'm not.
Saw the video. She did not even say that she was refusing to leave.
I don't even stand by them.
Then Officer Price was the one. I originally thought
we doing this Meridian Idaho thing.
Fiscus did the arresting. Officer Price was the one who pushed into that mom who was holding the 2-month-old baby. So two different officers, in my opinion, need to be arrested at this point and
arrest the
in
state
jail. What do you think?
Employees, but not her for being in the state. That's amazing. And they always
you're
use
right.
trespass.
The news probably will twist it and
trespass is
do whatever. But you know what? You guys all saw this video, and when I share this to my personal account, you guys blast it everywhere.
That's why they always use trespass.
There will be no denying the live footage.
True charge.
And if we if we all
remember what I told you, if
repost
you
the
in a
video,
state, you automatically
I think they're gonna have a hard
trespass.
time taking it down off everybody's account. So.
And this makes the children be cops, not criminals. Because they don't never want their mom to get arrested, so they become a
There's
cop.
still police over there. I'm not sure which ones there are over there, and they're just talking. They're way over there, if you can see.
It was a good live.
One
That's what I'm gonna start showing y'all stories and then showing y'all
in the
how you
parking lot over
contributed
here.
to not knowing what you
Possibly,
live
I'm
in.
not sure if there's
And
one
that's
more
it.
vehicle, but I know there's
Whether
one
people
parked out
accept
front.
it, they don't. They don't. I don't
One
care.
or two, and
My
they're
shit is for the future.
just talking.
The
They're
future want to
watching-
be smarter
they're
than the
watching
past,
kids right
so
now
they
that are
gonna like
playing
me.
on the playground,
The
maybe
past and the
deciding
present might
what
not
they're
like
gonna
me.
do.
The future, they're gonna love me.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
I'm gonna make you love me, baby.
Come on.
Mom, we dropped the guy.
Okay, what?
We dropped the guy with all the costumes.
I don't know what. I think I might have to end this soon, you guys.
Mom, you see it over there? You have to come this way.
I'm not sure.
Remember,
if
my
anything,
receipts say
if
.gov.
anything starts happening
People don't
again,
got no
I will try
receipts.
to
State
video
means
again.
place.
At this point, I'm going to end
Mine
this, and
say
I am
.gov.
going
It's a company.
to share it on my personal accounts. Everyone, please share it on your account. Share it any group that you can.
I got you.
Mom was arrested while her kids were at the park. She did nothing wrong. She did not refuse anything, nothing. And then a woman, a young woman holding a 2-month-old baby was then shoved, bumped into. She did record it, and she was holding the phone while he bumped into her holding her baby. And I am going to try to obtain the video from her to show you guys that too. But I'm gonna stop recording for now and post this.
Kids are getting.
Shout out to them, you know. And I told y'all why a certain demographic don't care what states and cities are. But if you think you're being oppressed, targeted, it's in your best interest to know what those are. You understand what I'm saying? Like me, I was oppressed. My rights got violated by the state. I said, let me find out what a state is, because I don't give nobody the consent to do what they did to me. Then once I found out what they were, it was over. I never gave them that consent again. And that's it. Plan of the fakes. I don't give a fuck what the next person next to me think they live in. That shit don't got nothing to do with me. That's their political belief. We're going to get into the main event. And this is the video I made for this video. Yep, I made this video for it. I'm going to shut up. Because the majority of the stuff I've said during this video, I'm going to say in this actual video. Shout out to Ms. Don Diva for sending me this. Prissy may have shared it. King Ben as well. I seen it elsewhere too. It was a 40-minute joint. I said, I'll do a live on it. You know that. And I put my main one here, but it's not showing up, so I'm going to just go to the direct video. Hey, Lotus. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the premiere video and just check it out. Check what I say in it out. Y'all done heard her complaints. All right, I found it. It's actually hiding. No, it's not hiding. What the hell? It's not hiding. Where my shit at? Right, it's not hiding, but it's not here. No problem. I got it. Luckily, I uploaded it to YouTube as a backup. Just give me one quick second to grab that. But I feel for her. But you gotta realize, once you abandon America to reside with the United States, you gotta follow all their rules, no matter how inhumane, no matter how unconstitutional. You have to follow it because you chose to be in their company. You chose to raise your children to be in their company. You have to follow their rules. It don't matter how racist, sexist, whatever. People need to stop expecting American rights when you're not on America. You in the United States corporation. It's a military foreign corporate legion. Y'all need to do some research on foreign legions. That's what the United States is, a foreign legion. The only thing is, once they get you to register for selective service, they just let you live your life. But once they harm you or do something to you, that's when they call you for selective service. Oh, we selected you to do this to you. And since you in our company without authority, we can do it to you. Look, you consented to it. Are you in the state of Idaho? Yes. Is your name blah, blah, blah? Yes. Date of birth, blah, blah, blah? Yes. Address, blah, blah, blah? Yes. Zip code, blah, blah, blah? Yes. You just answered yes to all the questions they need to confirm you're operating in their foreign company. You just gave it to them. Now, if they wanted to keep it 100, they could ask you, how did you get in our company? Once you say I was born in it, they could put you in a nut house. They don't, though. That's known as the immunity. They gave you immunity for being crazy. They gave every U.S. citizen immunity for being crazy. Nobody would live in a foreign company that charges them to live in them when you could be living on America for free. But that's deep. Too deep. And every time they bring up taxes, you know what should get people mad? The fact that I showed you already owed them $500,000. Just for that one little thing. Why they taking taxes from you and you owe them $500,000? Think about that shit. You know they slick. You owe them money and they give you money back. Like, you know they slick. That's some slick shit. But give me a second. I'm just pulling this video up. It was perfect break. Take a break, stretch your legs, get some ice break. Yeah, it was a perfect one of those. And believe it or not, one blunt. This is a one blunt show. All right, so here we go. I'm starting the video. This is the video. And shout out to Ann who said it seemed fake. It wouldn't surprise me if this was all fake. In order to scare people, to prevent them from doing it. Ooh, you just saw a soccer mom get locked up for that. You better stay your butt in the house. Even though everybody else was out there. But that's no problem. Let's check this out, y'all. Planet of Fakes. Here go the premiere. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Here we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Here we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Here we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Here we came too far. In the darkest days.
Hey, what up, y'all? Planet of Figs, and this is a video about a lady. I think her name is either Sarah Blake or Sarah something, and she believes she lives in the state of Idaho in a city named Boise. Whether she's a psyop actress, I don't know. She got pictures in police. Look at her with that equipment, Boise but then police we shit get a on. video of her on Facebook challenging the Boise martial law. Is it scripted? You be the judge of that. Is it a false flag? You be the judge of that. I'm just here to explain to y'all what states and cities are, because the majority of United States citizens have no clue what a state or city is. So I'm going to show y'all what a state or city is, and I'm going to show y'all basically why Sarah's wrong for thinking she got rights in the state, and prove to y'all that Sarah's wrong for thinking she got rights in a city. Because a state is not an American place to have rights in. A city isn't an American place to have rights in. They're actually foreign companies, and they go by the term body politics and corporates. So when somebody asks you what is the state of Idaho, you wouldn't tell them it's a place where I live. You would say it is a body politic and corporate. Now let's read what a body politic and corporate is. What is a body politic? The Law Dictionary. Definition of a body politic, a term applied to a corporation. Now do you understand why states and cities are corporations, not places? With that being said, can anyone tell me where Sarah actually was when she was allegedly arrested and her rights violated? Please tell me, because Idaho or Boise isn't a place, which is usually designated a body corporate. All right, so now let's look at the political code of the state of Idaho, 1901. Every county, so that means every county is a body corporate, which is a company. Every county is a body politic and corporate, and as such has the power specified in this title. Do you understand why they had to write that down? Because Idaho is a company, and without the political code of the state, it would not be able to establish the company known as Idaho with all these other companies known as counties under it. And she believes she lives in, I guess, the city of Boise or whatever county that is. But I just showed y'all Idaho is a company. You're not going to believe me because the news lies to you. I just showed you Boise, and every other county under Idaho is a company. You're not going to believe me due to the fact that you fly an airplane there. No problem. So you're telling me when you fly an airplane, do you leave America? No. So you don't go from one place to another. Now going from one area to another, that has nothing to do with places. Remember that. Anyway, at the end of this video and the videos, you're going to see basically how people might not understand that part when I say areas don't have shit to do with places. Let me give you an example. What's the area of a square? Is that a place? Can you live in the area of a square? No. So I just proved an area is not even a physical thing. An area isn't a physical thing. If you look at it, it's actually the measurement of a distance. You see how the measurement of a distance, motherfuckers would be like, I live in an area. Area isn't even a physical thing. It's just a measuring of a distance. Distance of what? Something tangible. What's the tangible thing they're measuring? Distance on land, not in paper, motherfuckers. So don't think when you get on an airplane, they're taking you from one place to another if you're still on the same place, America. That's how they fucking your head up. They got you thinking they taking you to another place when you're just going to a different area, length of measurement. Think about that. They're tricking you. Your rights changing as you travel because you only know the corporate overlay of America known as the United States. You don't know that a non-paper world exists known as America. Non-paper. Non-paper, not against the law. We operate in our right. And what is a right? A right is anything that's not wrong. I have the right to tell you companies are foreign companies, not places. That is correct. So based on it being correct, I have a right to say it. Based on people thinking the state is a place, that is incorrect. That's actually against the law. That's why every time your enemies hear you say you live in a state, it's a win for them. Because the state is a company they probably are invested in as foreigners. Because wouldn't it be in the best interest? Like, let's think about this. U.S. is a company, America's the place. Americans pretend to be citizens of the U.S. company. Why wouldn't the U.S. company give Americans, aka their citizens, the right to own the company? Why wouldn't they give you that right? Why wouldn't they give the right to their own U.S. citizens to own a company? Why wouldn't they give you the right? One, you don't know it's a company. So why the fuck would they give you the right to own something you don't even know what the fuck it is? Just think about that though. Why would I give you the right to own something you don't even know what it is? You got it fucked up what we are. Why would I give you the right to own that? Two, who would be a citizen of something they owned? Think about that. This is the stupidest shit in the world. Who would be a citizen of something they owned? Like, oh, I just opened up this video store. I'm now a citizen of it. Yeah, I gotta follow all my rules. They can even kill me if I break them. No, stupidity. But the main reason they don't give U.S. citizens any right to ownership of a state or city is one, citizens pretend they live in them, so why would they give them ownership to something they not? They not a place, so why would they give you ownership to that if you believe they're a place? You know what I mean? That's the main reason. But the main reason they don't give you ownership of that is because all corporations belong to the king. He created them. And when I say corporations, I just mean that ideology, that technique of business, that technique of contracts, because that's what you are. You're a illegal contract because your mother can't name you, but she can name you in a company and raise you to become that name. That's what you're doing. That's what they did. Will your kids do the same thing? Because now you of age in a company that you don't even know is a company, and it's treating you like they're a place when they're not. And that's why I said in the beginning of that video, all they had to do to avoid that is ask the cop what a state is on live. The cop would not be able to tell them. And you would have to be a foreigner to let a state police officer, city police officer, county sheriff, anybody employed for the fucking state accuse you of breaking a state rule and they can't tell you what a state is. That's the stupidest shit in the world. And this is why I don't fuck with a U.S. is a citizen. Because they run around town knowing this. In a second, we're going to reconnect. But you're a danger. You're not only a danger to American rights, you're a danger to yourself. But what does the U.S. do? The U.S. gives you immunity. Because you helping them get more power. Because you're pretending they're a place. You pretending they could beat up women. You pretending they could body slam pregnant women, sick dogs on you. And you sit there like a little, and I'm just using weak words because I used to, like a little baby, sissy, and cry, talking about the government did this to me, knowing governments can't do that. But you don't even know what a state is. So how can we even trust you know what a real government could do? That's why I don't mess with U.S. as a citizens. Because if they're a coward, they expect you to be a coward too. Like, what's wrong with him? He's not a coward. Yeah, motherfucker, I know what a state is, dummy. Why you thinking you live in it, dummy? But let's continue. How to find the definition for any state or any city. So you won't get caught off guard like this woman. Because this woman thought she had a right to be on a playground because the playground said public. Public means private because every state is a private company, just like the U.S. is a private company. But the reason she don't have rights in the state is because she's in the state illegally. She doesn't even know it's a company. So do you really think she's in the state correctly? No, she's in the state incorrectly. So nothing you can do in the state will ever be right, whether they let you go or not. It's just to keep the secret. States and cities aren't places or a government. They are body politics and body corporates. Planet of the Fakes, check this out. With that being said, what you heard and saw was the content. Now For watch additional this. content, click the link in the description.
Here go the news article,
follow, share,
and this is why
comment,
people are
hit the bell,
dumbfounded. Because the news is going to tell you it happened in Idaho and this and all this bullshit. Idaho's a company. But the news is a company. So all companies could do is kick company shit. You understand? I don't get paid by the state to pretend it's a place, so I don't do that. I'm damn sure not going to pretend in front of a judge it's a place. I'm not going to pretend in front of a cop it's a place. That's the two stupidest people you could pretend in front of. Because they're going to put you in front of a CO, and then after that, they'll say, oh, a state's not a place, your ass in a state jail, and they're going to be right. That's what I told you. Remember, I told you the state is a noun. A person, the state is a person when it's you versus the state in court. That's a fact. Planet of the Fakes. The state is a place because the U.S. is a citizens believe they all live in states. And since states cover America, there's nowhere on America there's not a state. Isn't that retarded? That's a retarded ideology, but we're going to let that slide. So the state's a person based on it going to court, sending your dumb ass to jail. Like you lost against the state. They're racist. They're oppressive. Shut the fuck up. It's a company. Your dumb ass don't know. Sign the paper. Get your ass in the cell. The state's a place because you live in it. You have your children born in it. You get them birth certificates. You get them a state ID. You get them a state education. You tell them to work their state job, pay their state taxes, and lie their ass down in the state plot in the state cemetery. You see how the state gets rid of their staff? They're in charge of making sure their staff is disposed of. And that's the words they use. They have it in their law. They could dispose of their property the way they want. Every resident of a state is their property. That's why I tell y'all bugging for pretending to be in a state. That's the number one reason they could do whatever they want to y'all, because y'all they property. And they could dispose of their property however they want. That's why I laugh when I hear U.S. citizens scream out the Constitution, because I know every time a U.S. citizen screams out constitutional rights, all they're saying is the owners of that company have the right to do whatever they want to that U.S. citizen they want, because that U.S. citizen is property of their company and not a human, because no human would be property of a fictional entity. You understand that? Especially when there's men and women out here that's not property to fictional entities. You understand? They know how much courage that takes. But let's continue because this video is good.
My community wall, and if you have time, go to www.more-eka.com/TV. That's our Planet of the Fakes too. We are the new umbrella. Planet
of the Fakes, 4 families. And Pigstar HH News. Moment Idaho mother of 4, 40, is arrested for using closed playground, sparking mass anti-lockdown protest. Sarah Brady, 40, was arrested on misdemeanor trespassing charge for being on closed playground in Meridian, Idaho. Playground area of Kleiner Park was closed to help stop the spread of the coronavirus. Group of parents, including Brady and her children, staged a peaceful protest on the playground after taking down warning signs and caution tape. Police say Brady was repeatedly asked to leave the area but refused to comply. She was handcuffed and led away in front of her children after challenging an officer to arrest her. Brady was later released from jail and joined 100 people protesting stay-at-home order outside Meridian City Hall. Here's how to help people impacted by COVID-19. A mother of 4 from Idaho was seen on video getting arrested on Tuesday for violating coronavirus restrictions by being on a closed playground, leading to a mass protest at the local city hall hours later. Sarah Walton Brady, 40, from Meridian, was in the shuttered playground section of Kleiner Park with her children just before 4 p.m. along with other people to protest against the state's stay-at-home order. The rally was organized by the Idaho Freedom Foundation, a conservative organization dedicated, according to its website, to depleting the power of special interests and free people from government dependency. Sarah Brady, 40, was arrested on a misdemeanor trespassing charge for bringing her children to a playground in Meridian, Idaho, which has been closed due to COVID-19 +15. Brady was among a large group of parents protesting the closure. +15. Sarah Brady, 40, was arrested on a misdemeanor trespassing charge for bringing her children to a playground in Meridian, Idaho, which has been closed due to COVID-19. A police officer arrested Brady after repeatedly asking her to leave the playground area. +15. A police officer arrested Brady after repeatedly asking her to leave the playground area. The mom of 4 was placed in handcuffs after telling the cop to arrest her as a friend was recording the incident on her cell phone. +15. The mom of 4 was placed in handcuffs after telling the cop to arrest her as a friend was recording the incident on her cell phone. Brady was led away from the playground and was taken to the county jail. Brady was led away from the playground and was taken to the county jail. Brady's friend was heard in the video calling after the officers that the woman's children were left behind in the park. Brady's friend was heard in the video calling after the officers that the woman's children were left behind in the park. Trump advisor Peter Navarro accuses China of creating. The group has been vocal in its opposition to Idaho Governor Brad Little's stay-at-home order and has been staging peaceful protests at various locations closed due to the coronavirus outbreak. Brady is pictured in her booking photo taken at the Ada County Jail on Tuesday.
She looks stupid.
Brady is pictured in her booking photo taken at the Ada County Jail on Tuesday.
That shit looks stupid.
According to the latest data, as of Wednesday morning, Idaho had 1,766 confirmed cases of COVID-19 and 51 deaths. According to the Meridian Police Department, on Tuesday, the demonstrators removed metal signage and caution tape announcing the playground closure due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Brady and the other people were repeatedly told the playground area was off limits and invited to use other parts of the park if they so chose. Cell phone video recorded by another woman at the park captured the moment Brady was arrested for refusing to leave. "Ma'am, I've told you to exit numerous times," an officer tells the bespectacled woman. "This is it. Exit the playground now. I'm really trying to be nice about this." Brady refused to leave and continued arguing with the officer, prompting him to give her 5 seconds to clear the playground area. Following her arrest, some 100 people gathered outside the Meridian City Hall to stage a protest against the coronavirus restrictions. Following her arrest, some 100 people gathered outside the Meridian City Hall to stage a protest against the coronavirus restrictions.
All those people
Brady
out there, they
was
arrest
released from
her.
jail in time to attend the Tuesday evening rally. Brady was released from jail in time to attend the Tuesday evening rally. The Idaho protest is part of a growing nationwide trend involving people violating social distancing restrictions and staging demonstrations. Protesters are seen with signs. The Idaho protest is part of a growing nationwide trend involving people violating social distancing restrictions and staging demonstrations. As the officer was counting down the seconds, a defiant Brady challenged him, "Arrest me for being difficult." "Do it." She then positioned her hands behind her back so that the officer could place handcuffs on her, and directed the woman documenting the incident on her cell phone to record it. "Officer, you don't want to do it," the woman warns the cop off camera. The Meridian cop informs Brady that she is being detained. In response, she demands to know, "Am I being arrested or detained?"
Same
As she
thing,
is being
y'all.
led away from the playground to the sound of jeers from her fellow protesters, her friend cries out behind her, "Her kids are here. Her kids are here. What is gonna happen?" According to a press release from the police, Brady was booked into the local jail on a single count of misdemeanor trespassing. The agency stressed that officers made several attempts to help Brady adhere to the rules, but she was non-compliant and forced officers to place her under arrest to resolve the issue.
She forced
The
them.
statement from the police department said, "These are very trying times and the Meridian Police Department supports the public's right to assemble for peaceful protest. However, the right does not include damaging public property or ignoring closures of city property and facilities."
Ripping the tape
Brady,
is
pictured
damaging
in a
public
Blue Lives
property.
Matter inspired gown, is said to be married to a police officer from a different agency. She is an outspoken anti-vaccination advocate. Brady, pictured left in a Blue
Her
Lives
husband's
Matter
gonna get in
inspired
trouble.
gown, is married to a police detective in Boise. She is an outspoken anti-vaccination advocate. Brady, who is married to Boise Police Detective Tim Brady, was released from the county jail Tuesday evening, just in time to attend a massive protest organized by the Idaho Freedom Foundation outside the Meridian City Hall. Some 100 people showed up carrying homemade signs demanding freedom. The mom of 4 later spoke to the station KBOI, lamenting her plight. "I feel like I was singled out because I was the only person that was arrested," Brady said. "I wasn't the only person standing on the bark. I definitely wasn't
throwing your
playing on the
hands behind
playground
your back saying,
equipment.
"Arrest
I
me."
wasn't swinging, never touched them. But yeah, I do feel like I was singled out, and maybe it was because I asked too many questions." Brady's husband is Tim Brady, a decorated detective with the Boise Police Department +15. Brady is pictured
Red
posing
coat.
in a helmet and a bulletproof vest +15. Brady's husband is Tim Brady, a decorated detective with the Boise Police
Red
Department,
coat.
left. Brady is the founder of the group Idahoans for Vaccine Freedom.
Idahoans.
In 2017, she made
That sounds
headlines when her
disgusting.
then 5-year-old son was denied admission into kindergarten over an immunization exemption, and she
Idahoans.
demanded a public apology from officials.
Sounds American.
Her husband is a decorated police detective who in 2013 was honored with a law enforcement award for his work on the Idaho Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. The Idaho protests are part of a growing nationwide trend involving people violating social distancing restrictions and staging demonstrations against
Don't laugh at
stay-at-home
Idahoans.
orders. Last week, President Donald Trump
not
fired
funny.
off tweets urging residents in
roll
Michigan,
up on
Minnesota,
that.
and Virginia to liberate their states. Protest starts after Meridian woman arrested, accused of violating city order. Share our comment
City,
on this article.
county,
Idaho mom arrested
same
for
shit.
protesting
Body
coronavirus
politic and
lockdown at a
corporate.
closed playground. Full video link in the description. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the.
Then maybe you should stay away from us. Do you have the virus?
That's off.
Do you not have a mask on?
Ma'am, I have told you to exit numerous times. This is it. Exit the playground area. Now. And don't like real TV news stories. Because you guys aren't listening. I just told you exit the playground area.
So you're not trespassing. Are you going to access like everyone's social distancing?
Ma'am.
Are you going to
Ma'am. 5 seconds. 3.
arrest me for being caught? Do it. Report it.
Okay, this is not.
What is it?
Officer, you don't want to do that. Officer, you don't.
You're being detained.
Am I being arrested or detained? Am I arrested or detained? Someone call Idaho Freedom Foundation right now and get them on the phone. Oh, no, I'm recording. Someone else call. Okay, can you call? Her kids are here. Her kids are here. What is going to happen? Who's got her kids? This makes no sense. Wait, are you serious? He is arresting her for being on a public playground. He is arresting her right now. Officer, police officer, as a person, does this make sense to you?
As a person, don't even know what that means.
1%. It's the flu.
You can't do that to a person. That don't even sound right.
Taxpayer money! Taxpayer money!
Planet of the Fakes 4 families. And Pigstar HH News. Moment Idaho mother of 4, 40, is arrested for using closed playground, sparking mass anti-lockdown protest Facebook opinions. Really? This was the hill you chose to die on today. Not Trayvon Martin, not Philando Castile, not Sandra Bland, not health disparities, not human trafficking one of the numerous other social and racial injustices that go on in America or around the world. You told him to arrest you, then wanna act surprised when he does. Her kids are her. Oh really? Now you care about the kids when mama is getting arrested, but not when a pandemic is going on and the potential that the kids, or other adults for that matter, are risking potential exposure to the COVID-19 virus.
True.
Please go
As I
sit down
cough,
behind
not
your white
smoking.
picket fences and drink your sparkling water. Pouting face, that video is totally ridiculous. First of all, if something is closed down, then why do you want to be idiots and want to be argumentative?
Okay.
Then she was the one that turned around and said arrest me. And evidently she didn't care about her kids cause she didn't know where they were.
Thank you.
The ones being the narrator is just as dense as her. That's why the kids act the way they do cause of the adults' learned behavior. Oh, and if her husband was a cop, he sure didn't hurry there, and all he had to do was
He's
put his red
supposed to
siren light on.
hurry there.
Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs. Get a paddy wagon
He's
in
supposed
there.
to hurry
Arrest
there.
them all and have CPS take all the children. That's the usual recourse when you disobey an officer's order, right? Karen gone learned today, face with tears of joy. You can't arrest her, says the WYT woman challenging the officers.
White.
Rolling on the floor laughing, how'd that work for her? Rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing. Would have loved to see all the defiant trespassers arrested. Person shrugging, medium dark skin tone, female sign, not sorry. They have the right to arrest if the do not disperse and cross to do not cross police tape. They're recording how not
Do
to
not
act so
cross
they can
that
get
police
arrested.
tape.
These people are ridiculous. We wonder why there's so many kids that don't listen to authority. If the city closes public works, i.e. parks, due to safety hazards, then they are closed. You can't use them. That's the law. What grounds did they have? A virulent virus that is causing health-related concerns for the public through the spread of droplets and aerosolized particles. And your taxes mean jack shit, lady. I get your kids may be anxious and in need of social interaction, but you could have done this at home. This will all be over soon. Get over
Non-smoking
yourself.
cough.
Full video link in the description. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
I did just
Hit the
finish
little
rolling
bell
up,
and
though.
if
You know how that shit get in
you
your throat.
have time, go to
I'm rolling right now. You know how that shit get in your
www.ica.com.
All right, my favorite part of the video. Yeah, this is a live bonus. Let me slow this down to explain it again. And this is how you can shut any cop up. Yes. I don't do it because I don't have to do it. I'm invisible to the body politic and corporate agents. You could be invisible too. But I need you to check this out because this is the most important part. Teach it to your loved ones. They need to be teaching it because you need more people out here that know what states and cities really are. This way we could really look at police and politicians like the stupid asses they are. But who's the stupid ass when you giving a politician or a cop authority based on thinking you live in a state and don't know what a state is? Who's the asshole? Think about that. I said the buck stops with me, buddy. I don't give a fuck if everybody think a state's a place in their government. I won't prove it, and they won't be able to. At the end of the day, they will not be able to. But all the lady had to do was this. This is all the lady had to do. All the lady had to do was say, play dumb. She's like, what you doing? You don't have no right to stop us from being out here. You see how I'm speaking? Just like this. You have no cop, no officer, no agent. Anytime you start throwing around those titles, you giving them authority. So it's your best bet not to use officer. Don't even use sir. You don't even want a title. I told you, keep it simple. Man, woman, on land. Anything else, you're gonna be a foreigner. Trust me when I tell you. Anything else, you're gonna be a foreigner. Anything. If you're not talking and they're not addressing you as a man or woman, you are a foreign entity. Fact. Because they're gonna put all that on paper. They're not gonna put man, woman, or land on any of your paper. None of it. I'll bet my life on that. They'll never put man, woman, land on any of your paperwork because you are not a man if you're in a state. You are not a woman if you're in a state. And you damn sure not on the land if you're in a state. So you're never going to see that on your paperwork. And that's a fucking fact. But ignore me. I'm not the complexion for correction. But this is all she had to do. You can't stop us from being out here. And you're going to get him to say, yes, I can. Once he says that, guess what? He's violating a right. Because she does have a right to be out there. They're on America. They're not in the state of Idaho. State of Idaho is a company. Boise, a company. But it didn't go that way because she doesn't know what Idaho is. So when she's out there and the cop comes and says, you don't have no right to be out here, however he says it, you saw that police tape up, you know what that means.
Idaho police tape up. You took it down. You violating Idaho Code 754-321. Can you please not do that, ma'am, and disperse? You have no right to be out here. Idaho, 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 Idaho. She said no, Idaho. Nah, let me stop. But let's get back to it. So once she came out, she already knew based on Idaho law, she would be violating it. She's in Idaho. We can't deny that. So she knows she's breaking the Idaho law. See, it's none of my business about Idaho law. I'm not in Idaho. I'm on America. You understand? You see how that takes me right out the state? You see how I'm not lying? You see how we could get any first grader to agree I'm on America? You're gonna be like, yep. Is no first grader out there that will say you're not on America when I say I'm on America. So the fact that I could get a sixth grader to admit that I'm on America, that's it. I'm not even in the state no more. Based on that, and that's what's important, because when you have a jury, it got to be simple enough that a 6-year-old can understand. And a 6-year-old understands being on America. All right, so I'm already dropped out the state. None of my business what y'all do in y'all bullshit states. Y'all think them shits is places. Y'all fucked up in the head, not me. Mind my business, keep walking. She stopped. Police stopped her. You in trouble. Yada yada, Idaho. She knows she's in trouble. Arrest me. Lock me up. Would an American do that? No. They're a foreign company. If they give an American any order, they have to pay an American. And on America, the only lawful exchange is gold or silver coins. They don't deal with gold. They don't deal with silver. So there's no way for this foreign company to pay me for ordering me to do anything. And that's from their president. That's from their fake ass police. They can't order an American to do shit, because in order for them to order anybody to do anything, they got to pay them. They're a company. They can't ask nobody to do nothing for free when they're a company. That's against the law. They not really, but they gotta ask you to do shit for free, but you're a dummy if you do it. But they gotta pay an American. So that's why when we look at those police videos, and I always tell y'all, yo, they can't order you. If they order you, you could charge them. You hear what I'm saying? You can't charge them because you in a state. But when you not in a state, you could charge them. That's why they charge you, because you in their company. But I get to charge them because they're on my land and they're trying to tell me to do something. Y'all see the logic in that? Think about that. They're on my land doing state business. I could charge them if they try to make me that business by ordering me to do something or automatically assuming that the state law applies to me. I could charge them because the state's a company. They know they're a company. Your average U.S. is a citizen don't know that, but I'm not a U.S. is a citizen. But they charge citizens the same way I could charge them, because they can't tell me to do nothing. I'm not in their company. Citizens, they could charge you just for being in their company. And that's what they do. But they change it to whatever rule they want to make up. You broke. Oh, you got to bust the tail light. Oh, your car smells like weed. But at the end of the day, they got the right to charge you because you don't even know. Governments don't charge people. Y'all don't even know that because y'all don't know what a government is. So you would never know a government doesn't charge people. Companies charge people. Governments just adjudicate litigations for man to man. Meaning there's no state in the court, because in a real government, the state doesn't charge people. That's a corporate term for payment. The state's going to charge you because you pretending to be in it. So it's always going to charge you. Remember that. That's why you owe it $500,000. You paying taxes to a foreign company, fines, fees, student loans. It's always going to charge you because it's a company. You understand? Even when you do a crime, they charging you because it's a company. They made the charges penal. I know you don't understand that. You don't understand what you live in, but the future will understand it. They made the charges penal. And you got to look up what penal means. You got to look up what peonage means, because that's what a U.S. citizen is obligated to. Peonage. Go look that up one day. You're in a peonage system. But based on you breaking a corporate rule and they only being a company, corporate rules only apply to people in the company. You're a fool for being in a company, not being paid, being punished for their corporate rules. But they had to make up rules to mimic real life. So if you murder somebody in the company, you go to jail for murder. They don't go to jail for murder because it's their company. But if the murder profits the company, they won't go to jail for it. If the murder doesn't profit the company and it wasn't done by the company, you're going to go to jail for it because it makes the company more revenue. Not actual money, but they get more loans from the foreign creditors of the said company. US is A. Why you think they got to do these budget reforms every year? To get more foreign credit to take more of your American rights while on America. Shit is crazy, but this is what politics is. It's for grown-ups. It's not for little kids. But once you ask the cop that, he's not going to be able to tell you. You don't think that's against the law? A cop can't tell you what a state is? All right, let me ask you this. What would prove to you somebody's a foreign imposter? Think about that. How could you prove anybody was a foreign imposter? Or you don't think there's no such thing as foreign imposters on America? There's a lot of foreign imposters. If you think you're American and you can't tell me what America is from a state, you're a foreign imposter. You're not American. Every American knows a state's a company, not a place or government. That would overthrow America. So you mean to tell me it's 50 separate Americas here with all separate rules? I need a permit here and there. No. Those are companies. Remember, you only need a license for what's illegal. You in a company illegally. Don't you need a non-driver's license? Don't you need a non-driver's license if you're in a state? Think about it. Why the fuck would you need a non-driver's license? Why would you need a license to non-drive? And that's why I tell people, y'all keep thinking that these foreigners are dumb. Who's the dummy? You calling foreigners your government. Keep thinking they're dumb. They got you with a non-driver's license. Not a non-driver's identification, license. See, you're in their company illegally. That's how they grant you immunity. Now that you're in my company illegally, I'm going to give you a non-driver's license because the only thing that's supposed to be in their company are employees. Remember I told you a driver is an employee. That's a chauffeur. So when you go get your driver's license, you're actually asking for the service of being a chauffeur for the state. So now they finagled it. They got you getting non-chauffeur licenses because you're in their company illegally. But you need an employee identification. What other way to give it to them? Here, you got a non-driver's license. You're not a driver for us, but you still a post office general. Because even though you're not a chauffeur chauffeuring our paper around, you're going to be an on-foot courier. You're going to be on public transportation, somebody else's vehicle. So now they give you a license for that, non-driver's license. But you're a state employee. That's why the cops ask you for a ID. Remember what I told you. If everybody had to have an ID, police would never ask you for it. They would just simply take it from you. Because don't you notice after you give it to them, they search you? Why they don't search you and take the ID before? Because everybody's not a U.S. is a citizen. And they know if they touch an American, they're in trouble. Hey, what's up, Nicolette? So once you ask him what a state is, he can't tell you. How can he tell you you're breaking the rule? He has to leave. Like I told you, y'all could even arrest him. Y'all could arrest him. Y'all could even take him to your court, prison, whatever. But y'all don't have a court. Y'all don't have a prison. Y'all don't even know what America is. Y'all only have U.S. prison, state prison. And then you wonder why you in it. And they be lying. But let's continue, because right here is how you get them. Now, say this was me. I was out there with the little ones on the land. Don't even know what state it is. You know how many times I be in people's areas, don't even know what state it is, don't even care. Because I'm me wherever I go, and I don't raise no red flags. You know what I'm saying? I'm just chilling, taking care of my business like you're supposed to be. But I would break them down like this. What's a state? He can't tell me. I'll tell him straight up. I'm not going to arrest you, but I do want you to go look this up so the next time you confronted by an American, you don't embarrass the United States like you did today. And go look up County of Meridian, comma, I think Idaho is I don't even know the abbreviation. I think it's, what the fuck is the abbreviation for Idaho? ID? So just put in Meridian, comma, Idaho, body, politic, and corporate, and send him off on his way. Like, get the fuck out of there. Kick him in his ass. Boop! Kick the imposter right in his butt. Like, get your dumb ass out of here. Next time an American asks you what a state is, you better be able to tell him, or we going to take that badge. And you're going to be buried with it because it's treason. You're a foreign agent. Enough is enough. So he'll leave. He'll go to his car, knowing damn well he don't know what the state of Idaho is. He assumed his whole life just like everybody else. This is why people are under martial law now. He'll go in his car, type in his car computer. Idaho. Oh, look, I done fucked up the whole shit to really type in. But yo, he gonna go to his car. He gonna type on his keyboard, Meridian, Idaho, body, politic, and corporate. And this is gonna pop up. Because that's what he's claiming. He's claiming Idaho. Idaho's a body, politic, and corporate, dog. Go find out what that is. Come back to me. And then we'll have a grown man talk. All that other shit, you an officer, I'm in there assuming, shit stops here, dog. Shit's a foreign company. Stop it. And that's why you're a traitor, because you put your foreign company over the rights of a man. And that's why you're a traitor, and that's why they're always going to be able to kill you. Because you come here, because they come here and you let them trample over your rights. You're not over on their land pretending your company's a place. They on your land pretending their company's a place, and you helping them every fucking day while they killing you, raping you, taking your kids from you, cheating you, doing everything under the sun to you a government can't do, and you assist them by calling them government, by thinking you live in them. Because the news, because your state education, because your benefits, because your privileges, because your immunities, you go along with a lie that they clearly got you on record going along with. That's a crime. And the fact that a police officer or law enforcement agent can't tell you what a state is, that's a class A treasonable offense. Y'all don't even bring up treason. Y'all let a cop kill a little kid without a gun. That's not treason to y'all. Because there is no treason in a company. It's a company. Nobody betrays the company. They won't let you. They won't let you betray the company. How I look to let you betray my company? No. I'll get you out of there. What they do to y'all? Betray the company? You talk that U.S. shit? You try to uncover some corruption? They get rid of you. You're in their company. Y'all cry like, they just killed us, this and that's the Sousa. You in their company. They got to get rid of you, dumbass. Nobody would let nobody betray their company and let them stay in their company. They get rid of you. But you would think, oh, since I'm fucking up the U.S. company so bad, why don't they just take citizenship from me and then make you an American and have to serve you? Hell no. They get rid of you while you're not even on America. Because remember what I told you, U.S. of A, not U.S. is A. So we agree the U.S. ain't A. Now that the U.S. ain't A, where the fuck are they killing you at? Because you ain't on America. They can't be killing you. You don't even exist. Where you exist at? In their company? All right. You exist in their company. Where do you exist in real life, though? Because even when you leave your job, you go somewhere. So when you leave their U.S. company, where do you go? Because if you can't tell nobody where you go when you're not in the U.S. company, you don't go nowhere. You know why? Because you don't fucking exist. You only in a company. And if you only in a company, they could get rid of you any way they want. You're their property. And you're going to see a company could dispose of their property any way they want. And I keep telling y'all that. Y'all keep looking at this news as they coach you through 70 years of an American Holocaust. Just because the news allowed it and the news tell you it's 80 in your state, you allow it. Just because they tell you the state government. They don't say American government. They say the state government. So that's the company's government. You listen to the company's government. And I keep asking people, who's the fool? The foreigners posing in corporations, pretending they're places so you can say you live in them. Now you under their corporate authority so that they can name that authority government and do whatever they want to you. Who's the dummy? The foreigners posing, or the Americans abandoning being American to reside with the United States Foreign Corporation? Who's the dummies? The dummies is the one in the U.S. screaming it's a corrupt government when it's not even a government. It's a foreign company. But let's get back into the codes. Because after I sent him to Google, this is what he would see. And now if Google got it wrong, he needs to contact them. Because Google's getting it from legislation. And if the legislation got it wrong, they got to correct it for this cop. Because a black man just told them the state's a company. And Google says it's a company. And Google got it from the legislation. And if we a company, how is he breaking laws? Because companies can't write laws. See how we got a problem? Problem, Houston. But people so stupid, they'll let a cop kill a kid over corporate laws. That's why you got to stay away from them. U.S. is a citizens. They're nowhere. They don't even exist. And remember what I told you. If they exist, where are they? They can't be in America because the U.S. ain't America. All right, so let's get back to this because I want to show you. And it just takes me a second because, you know, I got so many of these joints. But look, let's just go straight here. All right. When he goes to Google, this is what he'll see. But he ain't going to see it like that because I put it together because, you know, people are ignorant. They can't put two and two together when they're faced with something else. All right, but when he goes to Google, he'll see this. He'll see a whole bunch because, remember, the U.S. is the body politic and corporate, the umbrella. They're the umbrella body politic and corporate, the umbrella corporation. Everything under them's a body politic and corporate. So you're going to see a lot of body politics in corporate if you don't put it correctly. Because that's all the United States is, body politics and corporate. You the one that look at American structures, American land, and Americans, and you relate them to the United States because you've been brainwashed, indoctrinated, and oppressed since you can remember. And that's why they do that. Because as long as they feed that shit to you 24/7, 365 your whole life, you're never going to think about outside of the box. I wasn't raised that way. I was raised just a tad bit different. All right, so here we go. He'll go there and he'll see this shit. He'll see the political code. He'll see a whole bunch, but read the political code. Political code, range, that's some fake shit. 1 East, whatever. Boise, Meridian, intersects. Boise is a body politic and corporate. Meridian is a body politic and corporate. That's where the cop, he worked for Meridian. Her husband works for Boise. So y'all can't tell me that there's a state place and there's a state corporation when I'm showing you the corporation right here
And you will never be able to show me the official place receipt. What makes it a place? People standing there saying it's Boise? What makes it a place? That you got signs on the freeway saying it's Boise? None of that shit makes it a place. How about to the people that can't read? When they look at those signs, do it mean Boise's a place? Nope. So those signs don't got shit to do with Boise being a place. Because think about it. Boise was supposed to be a place before those signs. How did people know Boise was a place before those signs? Same fucking way, word of mouth. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Boise can't be a place. Christopher Columbus would have discovered it. But colonies came over way after that. But this is what you would see. Boise, Meridian intersect said Meridian, thence, and if you think I made this up with words like thence, due west, every county a body corporate. So every county's a company. What county you live in? Don't say nothing. You could be incriminating yourself. Now you see why Americans have the right to remain silent? Because those that were here before you, they knew the foreigners enslaved you with your words. So they had to secure your right not to even be able to speak. How many people knew that? How many people knew that's why you had the right to remain silent? Because those before you knew foreigners would enslave you with your words. After all, they're going to educate you. So they knew the foreigners would educate you, and every word you may use would enslave you. They had to secure your right to remain silent. But it really wasn't for you. It was for the Americans. They had to secure the Americans' right to remain silent because they knew anything you say will be held against you, including what's your name? What's your date of birth? These are things you wouldn't know unless you created it. Now, if you created your name, you would know your name. If you created your date of birth, you would know it. I created it. Yeah. My date of birth is when I created it, blah, blah, blah. You wouldn't be lying. You know the date that you were conscious or, sentient. You know what you want to be called and what you want to be known as. That's all lawful. What you're doing is illegal. You going in court saying your name is another name that somebody else created, applied for, got approval. You saying that's your name. That's one crime. That's fraud. It's not your name. It's your parents' name. You're using it. That's a benefit that they let you use that name. The company lets your parents use it. Your parents let you use it. You use it. Whenever the company want to fuck you up and take everything from you, they can. You don't got no right to use that name. You never applied for it. They'll take everything from you. You'll see it as a mistake. They know you in a company. Who's wrong, them or you? I had to come to the conclusion I was wrong. When they violated me, I was wrong. I pretended I was in a state. I registered my property to their state. So when they take that property for whatever reason, I'm wrong. Because I should have never gave them the fucking property in the first place. I should have never been pretending their company name in the first place. I'd rather get jammed up not using their company name than get jammed up using it, guaranteed. Because I know I'm not lying. I'll be lying if I said the company name was my name. After all, my parents applied for that shit before I was even born. So how could it truly be mine when people making decisions about it before I'm even conceived? I would be ignorant to really say that. That's why I tell people, stop saying you're anything. You don't even know what a state is. You claiming shit from it. Just say the. Protect yourself. But they're all companies. And every time you open your mouth, you're doing business with them. All right. This is another one, right? No, this is the same one, the political code one. But I just cut off the meaning of body politic. You can clearly see every county. Now ask yourself, when were you explained to the county was a company, and what business does the county do as a company? Wouldn't a grown-up ask that? Like, if the state was a company, why you don't know what business the state does? Do you get money off of it since you're a state resident and it's being done with your tax money? I'm just asking. Y'all live in the states. I don't. But I ain't trying to ask because I'm trying to figure out. And that was just basically that, right? Now, to get just the deeper, before we get out of here, right? Just to get back to the YouTube, just to get deeper before we get out of here, I want to show you the other part now. Yeah, we already explained. U.S. ain't America, motherfuckers. U.S. of A, not U.S. is A. If the U.S. was A, they would say U.S. is A, not U.S. of A. So it's U.S. ain't A. Where the fuck was this woman? And no one can tell us, but that's no biggie. All right, so he would go to Google and look. I got the Google receipt, so he can't even lie. He can't say I'm making this up. I told you, this shit is get out of jail free cards. That's why I'm like, you gotta be dumb. You gotta be dumb going to a U.S. jail for anything in 2020. You gotta be stupid. You gotta be retarded. You gotta be dumb. You gotta be a foreigner. You gotta be an agent. Because the whole world knows states are companies. I made sure of it years ago. Where were you? I don't know. Probably chasing shadows, reflections, and glitches with KJ. I don't fucking know. I don't care. But let's get back to this. He would go to Google and he's going to see this. As I like my spliff, if I start to cough, don't quarantine me. All right. At the top of it, is that Google or isn't that? Yeah, the law to see, I already told you, it's because they're foreigners. Easiest thing to claim is water. All right, when he goes to Google, what did I tell him to put in? Meridian. I put in Boise because this was when I thought it happened in Boise because I saw her with the Boise police shit on. But Boise, Idaho, corporate body politic. You should even put it the other way. Boise, Idaho, body politic and corporate. I did the corporate body. It don't matter. Still came up. Once he did that, he would see his God, governements.gov. Right there, it says it in section 74-101 of the Idaho State Legislature. I don't know if you think the news trumps the legislature, but it doesn't. So when they say it's 99 degrees in Idaho, they're tricking your dumb ass. Idaho's a company. It's not the area of America you in. They're tricking your dumb ass. Independent public body, corporate, and politic means the Idaho Housing and Finance. That law is specifically creating the Idaho Housing and Finance Association. Same way that the Constitution of Idaho created Idaho, the body politic and corporate, this legislation created the Housing and Finance Association. We all know you can't live in an association, so why is that a body politic and corporate when people are pretending to live in body politics and corporate? Every county is a body politic and corporate. Is there a physical body politic and corporate? That would explain a state being a physical company, but the state isn't a physical company because states don't exist. They're just on paper. Legislature. Associations don't exist. They're just on paper. Or spoken. I could say I associate with someone in the chat. That's spoken. They don't really exist physically. It's spoken. Contract. Get it? Everything to do with a state is contract because they're foreigners. And I told y'all when I was in private school,
back in 3rd grade. They was teaching us corporations have laws, and that was a red flag to me. And in 3rd grade, I knew something was wrong when the teacher taught me corporations have laws. And me being the smartest 3rd grader in private school, raised my hand and asked her, what do corporations need laws for? And she lied to me. The private school teacher in 3rd grade lied to me. She told me that corporations need laws to govern other corporations. But then when I grew up and found out that the U.S. was a corporation and I went to jail for a corporate law, what was going on? Was I a corporation or was the U.S. America? Neither. I was pretending to be a corporation using the name my parents got from the corporation, which I don't do no more if it don't benefit me the way it's supposed to be used. But he would see that. And this is proof that body politic and corporates can't be lived in. Look at the Idaho Housing and Finance Association, a body politic and corporate. So that was showed to the cop with proof from legislation. And guess what? No politician can ever go on the air publicly and say Idaho's not a body politic and corporate. They can't say any county in Idaho's not a body politic and corporate. Once you lock them into that, everything else falls into place. Because body politic and corporate is a company. So now that you got them to admit that, and you can get them to admit that they work for it, you just got them to admit that they're not public officers, because these are private, for-profit, foreign companies. Yeah, you see how easy that is? That's why I'm like, people stupid as hell for pretending states are places. Planet of fakes. Let me move the watermark. But people more frightened that they're part of it. You should be frightened, because you the number one on the list to get out of here, because it's their job to get you out of here. Then they got to get out all the employees. The employees is easy. The citizens is hard, because y'all still think y'all got American rights in a foreign company that owes the world $24 trillion. That shit makes no sense to me. You won't let your neighbor owe you $5, but you living in companies that owe the world trillions and wonder why grown men are wearing dresses and your ladies. We're coming right back. I even highlighted it. So he can't lie, or nobody that watches this could lie and say Planet of Fakes is crazy. How I'm crazy when you don't know what you living in. Just because y'all united in ignorance, don't ever think those that are not united in ignorance are crazy. That's why you're going to go in FEMA camps before the people that's not in the state will. That shit don't apply to us. That apply to USA citizens. But you see, I highlighted Google. That's what you put in for any company. And look, at the bottom, you can see idaho.gov. So unless you got an idaho.gov that says this is a place next to this place and this place and this place, and since this is a place and you're in this place, we're now your government. If you don't got no fucking .gov that say that, you live in a fucking lie. That's going to cost you your fucking life, like the millions you watched before you. But continue. It's your right. Circle independent. Now, I always break down to y'all, IN means not. So IN means not, DE means not. IN, the prefix IN means not, DE means not. Let me give you an example. Depopulate, not populate. Descend, not to ascend. Ascend is going up, descend is to go down, not to ascend. So we can't deny that invisible is not visible. We can agree that N is not and D is not. Get rid of it. It cancels out. What's left? Pendant. Isn't pendant a reward? But not only that, a pen is used to write with. And we already know what ENT stands for, entities. So think about it, pen and the letter D, then entities. Imagine what that D could stand for. And that's just one word. That one word could mean a million things. A pen, we know you got to use pens for contracts. And we know that entities are what people pretending to be. What does that D stand for? That D could stand for a multitude of things. So people running around saying they independent don't even know what the shit means. But it's a contract. And I just want to break that down to you, just to show you you're dealing with foreigners. And that's why this shit be cold, because it's not for you. Now I circle the whole thing to bring your attention to the body politic and the body corporate and the housing and that, because these are agencies. These agencies are body politics and corporates. Can you live in them? No. Why do you pretend to live in a state or city? They're the same thing. No one can answer that. No one can answer what a state is. You'll be guilty of treason in front of a court of Americans, because all Americans know these answers. Why don't you? How you gonna protect America and you don't even know what America is? This is why you're guilty of treason. If we were being invaded right now by foreigners via the United States, you could not help us. That's why you're guilty of treason. You actually gonna help them because you believe you in the United States. They're using it to invade America. You're in it, pretending you live in it, listening to them, helping them, working for them. You're even going to take responsibility for the debt for them. You don't think you're betraying America? You're going to take responsibility for the debt of the foreign company invading us. You don't think that's treason? No problem. It's not treason. It's legal. Yeah, it's legal. You don't know what a state is, but you in a state. That's legal. You right. I'm wrong. I'm crazy. You sane. I'm crazy. You sane. People just learn constitutor means one that's going to take responsibility for another's debt. People always bring up the Constitution. I told you, destroy the U.S. Constitution, there's no more U.S. The U.S. Constitution created the company. Why you think the first thing they make these Americans do is swear to uphold the U.S. Constitution? Because the U.S. Constitution is the contract that makes the American the United States slave. Remember, y'all property of the state you pretend to live in. So as long as they upholding the Constitution, they always got to bring the state your ass because you their property. So be careful to those people that take oaths to uphold the Constitution and you don't even know what a state is. It makes you the state's property. And they uphold to follow that law and bring your ass to the state. You're their property. Be careful. Be careful, U.S. is a citizen. You're another man's property. Be careful. And I'm just showing you all the stuff that comes up when you put in body, corporate, and politic. I suggest y'all do it with the companies you're pretending to live in. Because if you got proof that the state's a company and the police don't, who you think is right? So now that it's a company, is it possible for you to be where you are and not be in a state? It has to be. The state's a company. But you don't even know how you got in it, so there's no way in hell you're going to figure out how to get out of it. No way. You don't even know it's something to get out of. Think about that. And you think the foreigners are dumb. You living in their company on your land. They killing you. You calling it government corruption. I would second guess who's the dummies here. You screaming U.S. is A. They not screaming America is the United States. They trick you with that American government and the American people. They trick you with all that fly shit they switch up on TV. I told you, show me any paperwork you got that say United States of America on it. And even if you got it, let's say you got it from the Army. That's the U.S. Army, not the U.S. of A. Army. Cumulative list of organizations described in Section 17C. Internal Revenue Service. Like, come on, duh. And we found out the IRS is located in what? Puerto Rico. How could that be American? But again, y'all pay taxes to foreign companies. I don't. Let me stay quiet. That's part of the arrangement. I'm not supposed to hate on their hustle. But when I watch Americans die and cry and look at me for assistance, like, you don't even want to know what you're living in, how can I assist you? They're going to get you a loan and you're going to consent to what they do to you. There's no way I can help you with that. But they're not places, and my challenge is still good. Anybody that got proof a state is a place, you'll get a channel. You'll get a channel you can monetize once you put a video on it. But besides that, you're betraying America. Remember that. And what's the penalty for treason? So don't be surprised when they arresting you, breaking your necks for doing the same shit Sarah did in this video. Don't be surprised. And remember, we got a whole population that think having a gun is against the law. Talking back to authority is against the law. You think you're American? You need papers for your rights? You think you're American? You need paper. You need paper to prove who you are. You think you're American? No, you're in a company. Only companies need paper. And that's how I'm ending this. Only companies need paper. Your child, after you had it, didn't need paper to get breastfed. Your child didn't need paperwork to come out your womb. That's not a company relationship. Everything after that is a company relationship. Don't die for those relationship people. Y'all got any questions before we get out of here? This was a great live. Shout out to Miss Don Diva, Prissy B, It's Me V, Keegan, King Ben, King Travis too. But they shared this, I just, it was a long video, so I had to really take my time for it. But I'm glad I did do it. Any questions before we get out of here? And remember what I told you. When you learn this, it doesn't mean rip up all your paperwork or get scared, start looking out your window or no dumb shit like that. It just means you should have a surprise for them before they have a surprise for you. You understand? And that's it. That's the whole goal here. Have a surprise for them before they have a surprise for you. Look at how they surprised Sarah. She didn't know she was going to go out there and get arrested in front of her kids, but she was willing to. That's the American in her. You know what fucked her up? Not knowing the state of Idaho is not an American place. And so many people before her succumbed to the same circumstance. Thank you, Miss Dundiva. Yeah, so many people. I'm tired of it. There's no reason, but they fool you. Because as long as you got people violating people's rights in certain parts of America and it's deemed legal, you going to think they can eventually do it where you're at. That's why y'all should never fake and pretend like states are companies. How could they be companies? They used to be colonies that were in England. They went from colonies that was in England to the states that you live in, and you think they American because they here? And they got a record of them coming here, but they don't got no record of them bringing you here as a slave. Don't they got some type of article out, 83-year-old man or 100-year-old man remembers slavery and this and that? I got to look at that because I'm going to wind up debunking that shit. But I seen it. I don't know who said this. Shout out to you. I seen it. I just liked it and kept it moving, laughed. I don't believe in that. Brought people from Africa on ship shit. I don't believe in that. That's just another way to strip you from being American, and it worked. But if there's no other questions, I'm gonna put a song on as we get out of here. I got other videos and shit, but I don't even want to mess this live up with those videos. How many of y'all saw the video of the trans woman with the guy in the car? And she tells him that she's he, but after May 1st, I guess he's gonna get the surgery, so he's gonna be a definite she. Y'all seen that video of the guy in the car with the trans, and the trans pulls out the penis? Yeah, you saw that, right? Yeah. That's where we are today. Dude said, stop this car. I'm saying a lot of people would have been fooled. They see the little titties, you know what I mean? A lot of people would be fooled. That's why I said at the end of the day, if you just want to play it safe, just look at the trans what they want to be looked at. Fuck it. You're not going to go wrong for that. Just look at them for what they want to be looked at. I'm not saying treat them that way or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying, look at people for what they want to be looked at. This way, they'll never have no excuse not to look at you the way you want to be looked at. And if he did that, he wouldn't be wrong. But I tell you right now, he didn't violate. He ain't wild out or break no laws. He got the fuck out that car and kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing to do. Now keep an eye on that trans. You know what I mean? He or she may be in danger. But what would you say? He talking about cutting off the private part. Now, once the private part's cut off, I don't know too many guys that's not going to believe that's a woman. Think about it. Think about it. And that's why we're in a dangerous age right now. Because the company campaigning, they have rights. You see how the company is protecting their rights? But if the state disappeared tomorrow, there's nobody to protect any LGBT rights because there's no such thing as LGBT rights. Remember, a right is anything that's not wrong. And you having a relationship, whatever you want to have a relationship with, that's not wrong. It may go against self-preservation, which is naturally wrong, but it's not wrong as far as an independent choice. And people need to accept that. Now, the fact you're being socially engineered to think that is an easier way to be successful than and having fun than being heterosexual, that's a whole nother story. That's the conspiracy. That's the poisoning. And remember, people said they was born that way. How can you be born with a sexual preference? Nobody's thinking about sex when they come out the womb. You're only gay into the sexual act. Remember I told you that. People could do gay things, but until it's intercourse, you know what I mean? Now, whether head and all that shit, let's consider that intercourse. That will be considered gay. That's a sexual act. But that's what we'll consider gay, not just because you felt feminine and you was a man. Or you felt masculine and you was a woman as a child. You can't consider that gay. Because if you was kept around animals, you would feel like an animal. Tarzan is the proof of that. You understand? And it's sad because I'm going through all these sci-fi stuff for the documentary I'm doing. And it's like every New Age documentary, they make sure they got a gay couple in there. You know what I mean? And it's just ill to me. Not ill as in disgusting or nothing, but mentally ill. Like, not ill, but I'm thinking, what do superhero sexual preferences have to do with science fiction? But they claimed back in the days they kept them in the closet. You see how evil people are? See how evil people are?
Hey, hear me, devil? I'm nowhere around you.
See how evil people are? Yeah, buddy.
Hey, hear me, devil? We're around you.
The bastard! Bro, when my grandma's going up with Irene, I'm not playing, bro. It ain't never that serious, bro.
Hey, hear me, devil?
Yep, I ain't fuck with TV in 11 years. I ain't look at TV since 2009. I don't need to. It lies.
Bro, oh my
TV
God,
got you thinking the state's a place. I haven't watched it in 11 years.
Hey, hear me, devil? I'm nowhere around you.
Bro, oh my grandma's going up, Irene, I'm not playing, bro. It ain't never that.
And I don't need television. It makes you stupid.
Bro, oh my grandma's going up, Irene, I'm not playing, bro. It ain't never that shit.
Hey, hear me, devil? I'm nowhere around you.
Bro, oh my grandma's going up, Irene, I'm not playing, bro. It ain't never that shit. Bro, oh my grandma's going up, Irene, I'm not playing, bro. It ain't never that shit.
Hey, hear me, devil? I'm nowhere around you.
I've been doing this for years. I'm not in any danger. Any danger.
I'm nowhere around you. Nowhere around you.
They actually protect.
Bro, oh my grandma's going up, Irene, I'm not playing, bro.
We the future.
It ain't never that shit.
They gotta protect
Bro, oh my
Planet of
grandma's
the
going
Face.
up, Irene, I'm not playing,
No
bro.
future without
It
us.
ain't never that shit. Bro, oh my grandma's going up, Irene, I'm not playing, bro. It ain't never that shit.
Hey, that Jose Tough beat him.
I'm not sparing anyone, so don't spare me. If you catch me by myself,
Yeah,
y'all
you
better
saw the
jump.
hormones, right? Yeah. See the breast, you saw the nose, ribs removed.
Jump on me, cause that's what y'all gonna have to do.
How I do shit.
I'm not sparing anyone, so don't spare me. If you catch me by myself, y'all better jump on me, cause that's what y'all gonna have to do.
How I do shit.
I'm not sparing anyone, so don't spare me. If you catch me by myself, y'all better jump on me, cause that's what y'all gonna have to do. I'm not sparing anyone, so don't spare me. If you catch me by myself, y'all better jump on me, cause that's what y'all got on me. Devani, no pressing
know you live, so you better stop playing before you play do home invasions in your rock. You better stop playing like that.
We busting up on me. Devani, no
I
pressing
know you live, so you better stop playing before you play do home invasions in your rock. You better stop playing like that.
I'm not sparing anyone, so don't spare me. If you catch me by myself, y'all better jump on me, cause that's what y'all got.
Hey, hear me, devil? I'm nowhere around you. Hey, hear me, devil? We're around you.
Bro, oh my grandma's going up, Irene, I'm not playing, bro. It ain't never that shit.
Hey, hear me, devil? I'm nowhere around you.
Bro, oh my grandma's going up, Irene, I'm not playing, bro. It ain't never that shit.
Hey, hear me, devil? I'm nowhere around you.
Bro, oh my grandma's going up, Irene, I'm not playing, bro. It ain't never that shit. Bro, oh my grandma's going up, Irene, I'm not playing, bro. It ain't never that shit.
Hey, hear me, devil? I'm nowhere around you.
Bro, oh my grandma's going up, Irene, I'm not playing, bro. It ain't never that shit. Bro, oh my grandma's going.
You know they had to ruin that with an ad. But look at her. She taking all these little fake ass model pictures. Look, that's the main one, the DHS. New World Order PSYOP picture. You was just proud to be with police. How could you publicly disobey them? You was just taking pictures with the DHS helmet on. Now you disobeying them on live? On quarantine? That's not the police way. You think you got special privileges because your husband's a detective? He got a sergeant over him. He got a lieutenant over him. Yeah, Nicolay. They violated the stay-at-home order. Yep, and they took her butt to jail.
And drink, don't let it drown you. Be aware your surroundings, watch the crowd move. Hit these bullies where it hurt, don't let them clown you. Street smart, book smart, kids stay in school. Getting litty on the weekends, that's just what we do. If you gon' fuck, protect yourself first rule. Don't get yourself caught up, that drama not cool. Be yourself and do you, best way to move. I speak that knowledge. This is for the youth. I speak that knowledge. This is what I do. I speak that knowledge. This is something new. I speak that knowledge. You should speak it too. I speak that knowledge. This is for the youth. I speak that knowledge. This is what I do. I speak that knowledge. This is something new. I speak that knowledge. You should speak it too. Love is pain, but we always learn the hard way. Life's a game, so I care what they all say. Have no fear, cause we all gotta go one day. Live and smile and you'll make it through every day. Make us proud, you the future in every way. Was teaching then and still teaching now. You on the rise and can't nobody hold you down. Have a dream, have a plan and execute it now. If they hating, they just hating cause you shining now. Bright like a star, or maybe you the golden child. Put your faith in the Lord and I can show you how. Put your faith in the Lord and watch him show you now. We all have a dream, just gotta chase it down. Martin Luther King paved the way, they can't stop us now. We hunting the hunters united, they gon' feel us now. The world laughing, Snapchatting while they tear it down. I speak that knowledge. This is for the youth. I speak that knowledge. This is what I do. I speak that knowledge. This is something new. I speak that knowledge. You should speak it too. I speak that knowledge. This is for the youth. I speak that knowledge. This is what I do. I speak that knowledge. This is something new. I speak that knowledge. You should speak it too. I wear my brand on my arm cause I know I'm a don. These haters look at me evil cause they know I'm a god. Going up with my people cause we all shooting stars. I'm so rich in the heart, won't sell my soul to be bought. I'll get myself to the top and I will say what I want. Y'all have to take me alive, I see the light in your dark. Won't put my pride to the side, my pride is all that I got. Don't need no money to live, I got my mind and my heart. Walk these streets in the dark, all you hear is gunshots. I ain't lying, cops, siren, just speeding down blocks. People dying, mamas crying like when will it stop? Mind racing now, I'm feeling like a version of Park. Read the many stories on Kanika, filtered that heart. I have a daughter, I'm a father, take minds, I'll go dark. Hate for humans, what y'all doing, gotta change the shit. We all servants, what's your purpose with one life to live? I speak that knowledge. This is for the youth. I speak that knowledge. This is what I do. I speak that knowledge. This is something new. I speak that knowledge. You should speak it too. I speak that knowledge. This is for the youth. I speak that knowledge. This is what I do. I speak that knowledge. This is something new. I speak that knowledge. You should speak it too.
Your fucking next thing, ho. She said, fuck you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. After Corona over, I'm going to get this gender change. We can finally do what we want to do.
You gonna get the what?
Gender change. I've been to. Why you think he wasn't having sex? You think a nigga was just telling you no, cuz?
I think a ninja was just telling you no or something.
I'm bad to piss on you. I thought you was just a nice little church girl.
Let's rewind it, cause the way he looking, and look, let's just look at what's going on. This is the video I was telling y'all about. Let's just rewind it. It's messed up. I think he handled it well.
You paying for crawfish this time? Fuck. Look at your people. Look at your people.
You bald head bitch.
I got you. Your fucking next thing, ho. She said, fuck you.
So he in a car dissing women with a trans woman. Think about that. He in a car with a trans woman dissing real women. 2020.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. After Corona over, I'm going to get this gender change. We can finally do what we want to do.
Bitch just said gender change. And I got upset because I didn't hear that the first time I listened. Gender change. Said gender change. Hey, 702. Said gender change? What? I'm in a car with a chick and she says gender change.
Look at your people. Look at your people.
Bald head, bitch.
I got you. Your fucking neck stank, ho. She said, "Fuck you."
Oh yeah.
Oh man. After Corona over, I'm gonna get this gender change.
Gender change.
Do what we want to do.
I'm rewinding it for Keegan. Yeah, I'm rewinding it for you, Queen. Yeah, Miss Dunn even see this already. I'm rewinding it for Keegan.
Gender change. We can finally do what we want to do.
You gonna get the what?
Gender change. I've been to. Why you think
I'm
you
gonna get the. He said you gonna get the what? Gender change. Listen, I never heard that part because I just scrolled through it for a second. Like, oh, let me get this for the group. Let me get this for the group.
Gender change. We can finally do what we want to do.
You gonna get the what?
Gender change. I've been to. Why you think he wasn't having sex? You think a nigga was just telling you no?
Oh my gosh. Wait, I'ma zoom in on his face. Cause his face, we gotta see this. We gotta see this for real, for real. Yeah, let's make sure. Damn. Alright, so I think this is good.
You gonna get the what?
Gender change. I've been to. Why you think he wasn't having gender change? We can finally do what we want to do.
You gonna get the what?
Gender change. I've been to. Why you think he wasn't having sex? You think a nigga was just telling you no? Just
don't play on me like that. I was about to piss on you. I thought you was just a nice little church girl.
You put the drink down.
No, I'm really getting a gender change. I really am.
You trying to say you got a dick? You got a dick right now.
Yeah, but it's gonna get taken care of after what? May 1st?
You got a dick. Stop the car. Stop the car. Stop the car. Stop the car. Bitch, you got a dick? Put it up.
And she pulls it out. I don't think you'll be able to see it here. I'm gonna
is you gonna hit me?
I might, but you got a dick.
And it really, yo, I'm glad I kept this zoomed out. This is the uncensored version.
Hey!
Fucking serious.
Alright, Chop, it's gonna get fixed.
I'm serious, bitch. If I shoot you in your face, then what? You can't fix
But it's gonna get fixed.
You can't fix that. You're wrong.
Son!
I didn't even know that was the uncensored version. Hey, yo.
Chop! Get back in the car, bro. Chop! Son, get back in the car. Chop!
That video's hey, yo.
Come on, Chop. It's gonna get fixed. What's the difference? Niggas do it all the time. Niggas do it all the time.
That's why I ain't fuck that goal.
Come on, Chop, bro.
Fuck that. We all got a dick, son.
Come on, Chop, for somebody jump in my car.
Your man on the highway walking like, dude's wondering, what the hell's going on?
Take off. Chop.
All right.
Come on, just get in the car. You paying for?
Okay, that's what they're doing in 2020.
Wait, hold on. You said you might be pregnant.
Yes, and you today.
Not by me, bitch. Man, if you don't stop calling my fucking phone. Wait, you said I'm gonna be the only black person there?
Yeah, it's gonna be you and
What do I look like? Wait. You said you trying to fly out to China?
Yeah, man, that virus shit, that shit fake, dog. Don't believe in that.
What's wrong with you?
That's just how funny.
Wait, hold on. You said you might be pregnant.
Oh, my bad.
You today.
Not by me.
1 minute joint I had.
Man, if you don't stop calling my fucking phone.
don't even know what the fuck this is.
I'm not lying to you. Like, I do not like that little boy. Crazy as fuck. Hey, listen. I'm gonna just say, the little boy is terrified of me. Like, terrified. Like, terrified. Get to shaking. I don't play that. You was.
Don't do him like that.
Say what?
Don't do him like that.
That's not my child. I don't like him. Don't care for him. Don't give a. Listen, like I tell her, that little boy can die right now, and I will not shed a fucking tear.
Let the little boy die right now. I won't shed a tear.
That was too small.
Y'all crazy head. That ain't my little boy. Fuck that nigga. You dead. I'm not finna. Man, y'all crazy head. My mom said the same thing, but get what? I'm sorry, Mom, but the die shit gonna have to be. Shit gotta be. It's not my child. I ain't every stepchild I had, they have no daddy. So I don't know how to be a stepchild to a daddy, to a child with a daddy. You're not gonna have two of them. I had this talk with her, like we just want you to sit down with, like, we want you and the daddy to sit down so everybody can come to her. Man, I'm not sitting down. I'm not having no family talks. They want me and his dad to sit down and talk. And like, he went to my brother's house. I don't know if you know my brother King. He went to my brother King's house. I'm saying, bro, tell your brother stop putting that gun on me, bro, and all the other shit. I'm not finna have no sit down by no child. It's your child, bro. I ain't trying to be your child, bro. Fuck your child. Like, I don't have to tell that man that, bro. Like, bro, real shit. Like, fuck your child. Your child almost died, like, up under my condition, bro. You better be glad that I saved your child's life.
What happened to him?
Well, he got burnt in that water. I was watching him that day. I often put him in the tub. The water was warm. The water was warm. He gonna jump in the tub with a diaper on and messing with the handle.
I know who this is,
ain't
right?
Gonna cut the hot water.
Let me pause it,
The
y'all.
nigga ain't never said my name.
Y'all know who this is? Wait till y'all find out who this is. This is the guy charged with burning the baby's private parts from putting them in boiling water. This is the guy. This is the guy that's charged with putting the baby in boiling fucking water to a point that his stomach and his private got burned. Y'all saw that headline. This is the motherfucker. Anytime a baby start trembling next to people, you should know it's a problem.
He said, Trey, I went back up. The nigga's skin was just falling off his body. Like, you'll be glad that I saved your child's life. I'm not finna have no sit down by no child. It's your child, bro. I ain't trying to be your child, bro. Fuck your child. Like, I don't have to tell that man that, bro. Like, bro, real shit. Like, fuck your child. Your child almost died, like, up under my condition, bro. You better be glad that I saved your child's life.
What happened to him?
Well, he got burnt in that water. I was watching him that day. I often put him in the tub. The water was warm. The water was warm. He gonna jump in the tub with a diaper on and messing with the handles. Ain't gonna cut the hot water on. The nigga ain't never said my name. He said, Trey, I went back up. The nigga's skin was just falling off his body. Like,
no.
I took his diaper off, skin was just, oh no, he had to go to the house. He had to go to Augusta, Burlington. They had to put fake skin out on him and everything. Get what? I didn't give a fuck. He shouldn't got his ass enough. And still don't give a fuck until this day. And like I told his daddy.
Boiling. It had to be boiled with a stove. They're gonna see in the investigation.
Man, I don't give a fuck. Like, it was everywhere. It was on his forehead, his neck, his chest, his whole back, his butt. They had to put like this fake skin stuff on him. And he had to be at the hospital for like 2 weeks. But ain't nobody said that to me shit. Cause they know better. I been shit. Oh, definitely happened. gonna cry some shit, and he'll be shaking, like holding on to him or shaking. And she be like, why is you shaking like that? But she know that he's soft as hell. He a crybaby. So I'm really trying to help her ass out. Cause this boy gonna be soft as fuck if y'all don't toughen this little nigga up. That's what I be trying to tell. I ain't with all that.
No, you shouldn't be like that, Sherry. Then she can have another baby.
I'm gonna love that. I'm not saying that to be. I'm gonna love my child with everything I got. I'm not ever gonna do my child like that. That is my child. Her child and my child is gonna be half brothers and sisters. All this. That's my
If
brother.
I want to find the article, the videos on the single father page.
Don't even touch my baby, bro.
Find out what area is. I'll bring up the article. I might be able to find it.
No, ain't no texting and taking pictures holding my child. Ain't no none of that. How they not full brothers and sisters. Like I said, I'm gonna raise my child to be like that. My half brother, half whatever. That's not your family. That's your half family. You crazy? Like I'm gonna love my I'm gonna love my child, but she's dead. All that make it like the way they is with this boy, soft as fuck. Soft as fuck. Like I promise you, like. You won't even raise that soft, like that soft, like the way they like
a little baby, y'all.
It just soft,
I think the baby's like 8 months.
Having his own Christmas tree, the nigga be warm. Like it just be like y'all really going, what the fuck wrong with y'all? I'm not lying to you. Like I do not like that little boy.
I'm gonna pull an article up, y'all.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna just say the little boy is terrified of me, like terrified, like. Terrified. Get the shaking. I don't play that. You will see.
Don't do him like that.
Say what?
Don't do him like that.
That's not my child. I don't like him. Don't care for him. Don't give a... Listen, like I tell her, that little boy can die right now, and I will not shed a fucking tear. The fuck I'm gonna cry for? I don't give a damn about him being gone.
That was too small.
Y'all crazy head. That ain't my little boy. Fuck that nigga. You dead. I'm not finna. Man, y'all crazy head. My mom said the same thing, but get what? I'm sorry, mom, but that's how she gonna have to be. She gotta be. It's not my child. I ain't every stepchild they had no daddy. So I don't know how to be a stepchild to a daddy, to a child with a daddy. You're not gonna have two of them.
That's not it.
Never had this talk with her, like we just want you to sit down with, like we want you and the daddy to sit down so everybody can come to. Man, I'm not sitting down. I'm not having no family talks.
He ain't having no sit down.
He had to sit down and talk.
I don't think this is
like,
it.
He went to my brother's house. I don't know if you know my brother King. He went to my brother King's house. Talking something, bro, tell your brother stop putting that gun on me, bro, and all the other shit. I'm not finna have no sit down by no child. It's your child.
He ain't not about to have no sit down. Boil the baby.
Like I don't have to tell the
boil
man
the
that,
baby.
But real shit, like. Fuck your child. Your child almost died, like up under my condition, bro. You better be glad that I saved your child's life.
What happened to him?
Well, he got burnt in that water. I was watching him that day. I often put him in the tub. The water was warm.
I don't bathe other people's kids.
Warm. He gonna jump in the tub with a diaper on and messing with the handles. Ain't gonna cut the hot water on. The nigga ain't never said my name. He said, Trey. I went back up. The nigga's skin was just falling off his body. Like,
no.
I took his diaper off, skin was just. Oh no, he had to go to the house. He had to go to Augusta, Burnston. They had to put fake skin out on him and everything. Get what? I didn't give a fuck. He showed me about his ass now, and still don't give a fuck until this day. And like I told his daddy, you better chill out before I burn your ass like a child out, bro.
I'm looking for the actual
man, I don't give a fuck. Like, it was everywhere. It was on his forehead, his neck, his chest, his whole back, his butt. They had to put like this fake skin stuff on him. And he had to be at the hospital for like 2 weeks. But ain't nobody said that to me, shit. Cause they know better. I been, shit. Oh, definitely happened. But, they know he's scared of me. Like, I'd make him cry some shit, and he'll be shaking, like holding on to him or shaking. And she'd be like, why is you shaking like that? But she know that he's soft as hell. He'll cry, baby. So I'm really trying to help my ass out. Cause this boy gonna be soft as fuck if y'all don't touch this little nigga up. That's what I be trying to tell you.
That's not the dude. I'll make the video of it.
No, you shouldn't be like that, Slim. Then she finna have another baby.
I'm gonna love that. I'm not saying that just to be. I'm gonna love my child with everything I got. I'm not ever gonna do my child like that. That is my child.
Yup, that's what it was.
My child is have brothers and sisters. All this, that's my brother.
Oh,
that's
I found
my sister.
it, y'all. No,
it's not. You can't even rub the stomach. Don't even touch my baby, bro. And when we in the hospital, your mama them not coming up to see the baby. No, ain't no texting and taking pictures holding my child. Ain't no none of that. Cause they not full brothers and sisters. Like I said, I'm gonna raise my child to be like that's my half brother, half whatever. That's not your family. That's your half family. You crazy? Like I'm gonna love my I'm gonna love my child, but
I seen this on the Pigstar HH page.
Like the way
the actual article. I just went by it. I think I might have it on my Facebook wall. Let me look real quick. Cause I know this one didn't get past me.
Like that's soft. Like the way they grade, it's just soft, bro. The nigga be having his own Christmas tree. The nigga be wanting, like it just be like, I'm like y'all really gonna.
You sound jealous.
I'm not lying to you. Like I do not like that little.
But we see his face. I am not lying to you. I don't like that little baby. I don't know anybody that can say what he said. This is like a whole nother live right here.
Planet of the Fakes for Women.
I got it right here, y'all, because I'm that nice. Shout out to Prissy B. She shared this on Pigstar. I shared it on my page. I'm about to pull it up right now so y'all can see this, and I'll make this 2 different videos. One, Idaho. The other, the man that burned the baby. Yeah, I got it right here. You know I'm the king and queens of content over here. We're not playing that shit. Make sure you go to more-chica.com/TV. I got this other video coming. It's crazy. Yeah, after this, I got another video coming. Just give me a quick second. So y'all can see the deranged look on this male's face. He can't be called a man, because men don't get down like this, man. He could be out there learning what a state is, teaching people what states are, getting them ready for what's going to come. Nah, he over there giving other people babies baths he don't care about. If that's not a recipe for destruction, I don't know what is. Anybody's thoughts on that? And I can find it right on here. I got the exact title. Yeah, look, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm rocking with the best. I did this freestyle. Please. King and queens of content, please. 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 When you're a king of content, you find content lightning fast. Roadrunner fast. Sonic the Hedgehog fast. King of content, baby. I'm gonna pull it up on Google. We don't gotta do this link shit. Let's go straight to Google. Yeah, this should be quicker. So, I'm gonna show y'all the dude. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all. I know people need a viral. Let me pull it up. I've been holding back on the virals. Here go one of them. Let me show you how it's done. Show you how to do this, son. Show you how to do this, son. Stomach and genitalia. Talking about he's soft, but you burnt his stomach and genitalia? I don't see how you could mistake scalding water. You know you wouldn't put your hand in it. You wouldn't put your hand in it, but you put this baby's private. And I told y'all, I believe in arresting the mothers. Yes, the mother needs to be arrested. As far as I'm concerned, this was a hit. This was a hit on the baby. Some type of cartel torture, I don't know. This is him. Shall we one more time just as we stare at him? Because he's going to have a baby for somebody in prison after this video. Yeah. Somebody's going to have him hunchback in prison pregnant.
Good boy. Crazy as fuck. Hey, listen. I'm going to just say, the little boy is terrified of me. Like, terrified. Like, terrified. Get the shaking. I don't play that music.
Don't do him like that.
Say what?
Don't do him like that.
That's not my child. I don't like him. Don't care for him. Don't give a... Listen, like I tell her, that little boy can die right now, and I will not shed a fucking tear. The fuck I'm gonna cry for? I don't give a damn about him being gone.
That was too small.
Y'all crazy head. That ain't my little boy. Fuck that little kid.
Said, fuck the little kid.
You dead. I'm not finna. Man, y'all crazy head. My mom said the same thing, but get what?
His mother said the same thing.
She
I want to find the mother.
She gotta be. It's not my child. I ain't every stepchild they had no daddy. So I don't know how to be a stepchild to a daddy, to a child with a daddy. You're not gonna have two.
You don't know how to be a stepdad, but he's staying with the kids. That dude is sick.
Like we just want you to sit down with, like we want you and the daddy to sit down so everybody can come to a, man, I'm not sitting down. I'm not having no family talks. They want me and his dad to sit down and talk. And like, he went to my brother's house. I don't know if you know my brother King. He went to my brother King's house. Talking something, bro, tell your brother stop putting that gun on me, bro, and all the other shit. I'm not finna have no sit down by no child. It's your child, bro. I ain't trying to be your child, bro. Fuck your child. Like,
fuck
I don't have to tell that man that, bro. Like, bro, real shit. Like, fuck your child. Your child almost died. Like, up under my condition, bro. You better be glad that I saved your child's life.
What happened to him?
Well, he got burnt in that water. I was watching him that day. I often put him in the tub. The water
put him in the tub.
The water was warm. He gonna jump in the tub with a diaper on and messing with the handles. Ain't gonna cut the hot water.
I found the mother's video.
The nigga ain't never said my name. He said, Trey. I went back up. The nigga's skin was just falling off his body. Like,
no.
I took his diaper off, skin just. Oh no, he had to go to the house. He had to go to Augusta, Burnston. They had to put fake skin out on him and everything. Get what? I didn't give a fuck. He shouldn't got his ass enough.
Guess what?
Still don't give a fuck until this day. And like I told his daddy, you better chill out for I burn your ass like a child out for. Man, people mad. I don't give a fuck. Like, it was everywhere. It was on his forehead, his neck, his chest.
On his forehead.
His butt. They had to put like this fake skin stuff on him. And he had to be in the hospital for like 2 weeks. But ain't nobody said that to me, shit. Cause they know better. I bet shit. Oh, definitely happened. But, they know he's scared of me. Like, I'd make him cry or some shit, and he'll be shaking, like holding on to him or shaking. And she'd be like, why is you shaking like that? But she know that he's soft as hell. He a crybaby. So I'm really trying to help her ass out. Cause this boy gonna be soft as fuck if y'all don't touch his little
Helping her out.
Trying to tell.
Trying not to make him gay, right?
With all that.
Man, you shouldn't be like that, shit. Then she finna have another baby.
I'm gonna love that. I'm not saying that just to be. I'm gonna love my child with everything I got. I'm not ever gonna do my child like that. That is my child. Her child and my child is gonna be half brothers and sisters. All this, that's my brother, that's my sister. No, it's not. You can't even rub the stomach.
No, it's not.
You even touch my baby, bro. And when we in the hospital, your mama them not coming up here to see the baby. No, ain't no texting and taking pictures holding my child. Ain't no none of that. Cause they not full brothers and sisters. Like I said, I'm gonna raise my child to be like that's my half brother, half whatever. That's not your family. That's your half family. You crazy? Like I'm gonna love my I'm gonna love my child, but they dead. All that make it like.
Yo, this story is deep. It actually did happen in 2018, yo. But he just got arrested 5 days ago.
You won't even raise that soft, like that soft, like the way they grade, it's just soft, bro.
So look, I'm gonna let y'all hear it.
His own Christmas tree. The nigga be one.
And I got this video.
I'm like, y'all really gonna what the fuck wrong with y'all? I'm not lying to you. Like, I do not like that little boy.
Alright, so
crazy as fuck.
Give me a second. Put some good points in the chat while I let you hear this story. And the mother did videos. It happened in 2018. He got arrested. I don't know how much time he's getting. Perhaps we'll find out. This is like another live. I'm going to split it up into 2 videos. You're rocking with the Real to the 7 Power Best Plan of the Fix. And tell me how long this takes. Starting now. Tell me how long this takes. This dude is sick. At the end of the day, what I tell you about these mothers with the ex-boyfriend babysitters, she needs to be in jail 72 hours as soon as something happened. But she got time to go live. Let me pull up her video. Now, I got the story. I just downloaded it. We're going to listen to that in 1 second. Let me see. Mom's boyfriend. Wait a minute. Because I just had the video. Yep, I just saw videos of the mother. Mother pleads guilty to scalding, no. Just had the mother videos all in my face. If I can't find it, screw it. But they just had the mother all in my face. I was like, nah, it ain't no chick. It wasn't 2019. And now it's all in my face. But let me see. Let me go to my history. I got the video. I'm about to let y'all hear right now. But I wanted to let y'all see the mother first. All right. Alright, video. Nah, we good. I'm gonna let y'all hear this story. Here go the story. We gotta look at the mother another time. But here go the story.
Mom's boyfriend severely burns toddler's stomach and genitals by putting him in scalding bath water. By Jacqueline Gray. April 17, 2020. A Texas man was sentenced Thursday to 8 years in prison for putting his girlfriend's 2-year-old son in scalding bath water in 2018. Robert Wayne Bunton, 28, pleaded guilty to second-degree felony aggravated assault causing bodily injury with a deadly weapon. The Lubbock Avalanche Journal reported that authorities got involved after the boy was treated for second- and third-degree burns at Covenant Children's Hospital. He was ultimately transported to the University Medical Center's burn unit for additional treatment. Bunton seriously injured the toddler while his mother was at work. Bunton called his girlfriend and told her he messed up and that she should come home because something happened to her son, according to the news outlet. How do you protect your children from predators? Join Nancy Grace and a team of world-class experts for the online course Justice Nation. Crime Stops Here. Advertisement. Bunton reportedly told his girlfriend that he was bathing her son and that he screamed when he put him in the water. He claimed he typically checks the water but didn't he this time. Bunton didn't he call 911 or get help for the boy upon realizing he was injured. He did take his girlfriend and her son to the hospital but left before police arrived and didn't he return. The Avalanche Journal reported that the toddler suffered extensive burns on his genitals, buttocks, and stomach. A pediatrician who specializes in child abuse determined that the burns were the result of mistreatment or abuse, according to court documents. The victim's mother reportedly characterized Bunton, who is not her son's biological father, as a good father and denied any domestic violence. She also refused to accept the possibility that her boyfriend intentionally harmed her son, the news outlet reported, citing the arrest warrant. Bunton has been jailed on $100,000 bond since October. He faced 5 years to life in prison due to a 2016 conviction for aggravated assault. Mom's boyfriend severely burns toddler's stomach and genitals by putting him in scalding bath water. By Jacqueline Gray. April 17th.
Yeah, I heard that story. Yup. Last name Bundy, huh? Huh. I put Genetax. What's dude's name? Let's see if we could trick Google real quick. Find this lady that should have been arrested. She should have been arrested. Oh, he's not here? You getting arrested then. 72 hours, chick. I forgot this copy and shit don't be working now. Like, why they do me like that? Like, they took away the shortcut. 2-year-old son scalding water 2018. I think she pled out. The mother pled out, then he pled out. I know that wasn't it, but this is it. I found it. Y'all saw it right there live. Now we gotta beat the scroll. Now we gotta play this scroll shit. Scroll. That looks sexual. Here go the victim. Am I wrong? King of content. Scroll, stop it. What's this? Scroll. Whoa. These guys are going crazy with the ads.
Confused.
Whoa, I need that in my life.
Heartbroken.
A real mix of emotions for a mom whose son is in the hospital with severe burns to his lower body.
Oh, there's too much going on. Too much. That don't look like your typical made a mistake. I'm sorry, I'm not playing dumb when it comes to the children, man.
Broken.
A real
lost, confused, just heartbroken.
A real mix of emotions for a mom whose son is in the hospital with severe burns to his lower body.
The mom says the injuries were caused by her boyfriend. Tonight, she's asking for prayers and for justice.
Brian Patrick spoke with her earlier today. He joins us now live outside of Nationwide Children's Hospital. How's the boy doing tonight there, Brian?
Well, that 3-year-old boy named Kendrick, he is here at Nationwide Children's Hospital, still recovering. Earlier today, he was in surgery, and afterwards, I talked to his mom, who showed me photos of his injuries, which are heartbreaking to look at. I mean, you're going to see them too, and we warn you, they are graphic.
He cried and reached out in that tub. You know, I know.
Bianca Griffin can't help but get emotional when she thinks of what put her
Bianca
3-year-old son in the
Griffin.
hospital.
I know he said hi, you know, and I know he reached to get out. I know he did.
I talked with Griffin and a church friend at a restaurant across the street from Nationwide Children's Hospital. It's where her son Kendrick is staying after suffering 2nd and 3rd degree burns. The mom tells me her son was placed in a tub of scalding hot water by her boyfriend on Saturday.
From what I was told, he put Kendrick in the tub. He went back downstairs to play the game.
These graphic photos from Griffin show how severe Kendrick's injuries are.
If I had any enemies, I wouldn't even wish this on any of them.
The toddler had skin grafting surgery Wednesday. He may need more. Meanwhile, recovery is slow and painful.
And when he can't sit up, he cries.
Right now, the only thing putting a smile on the faces of this mom and son are moments together.
He smiled for the first time last night. I've been in the bed right by his side since Saturday.
Cop looking like he want to arrest her.
I'm not going nowhere.
He's looking at her like he can't stand her for letting that happen.
Inside the hospital, but his mom says if you want to help cheer him up, you can send balloons or stuffed animals to the hospital, and we have included information on how you can do that on our website, myfox28columbus.com. Meanwhile, I reached out to Columbus Police, and they tell me tonight that their investigation continues, and at the moment, no suspects have been named and no charges have been filed, but they are looking at a few people. We're live outside Children's Hospital. I'm Brian Patrick, Fox.
President Trump says he...
Shut up. Oh, end everything, man. That was it for Planet of the Fakes. And all the positive stuff to be doing out here, that's what he chose to be doing. At the end of the day, man, you know, I don't know what to say about that last one. I'll tell you about that woman from Idaho, though. They better wake up, because if what she experienced didn't let her know there's nothing American about these cops, the laws, the news coverage, nothing. If nothing else could wake her up, her experience of that should wake her up of that. But not only that, I want to point out to y'all how her behavior could weigh in on her husband, since her husband's a detective. You understand? They think mentioning her husband being a detective helped her out. It really made him look bad. So now he got to get ridiculed by the higher-ups because he's known as the guy married to the woman that did that fakery. She's not supporting the band, which makes his job harder, which puts their lives in danger. So they're going to start looking at him like he's not down with the deep state. But as far as this joint with the mother babysitter, That baby was looking at her in that bed like, you know damn well this man was abusing me. So to sit up here now, just to make sure I don't tell nobody the truth, you an accomplice. Police, take her. That's the look I got from the little kid. I could be wrong. Remember, this is Planet of Fakes. Stay positive, stay productive, stay prolific. Most of all, stay profitable. This might not be on public, but I'm going to chop it up, flip it, roll it down, put it on the other stations. And I will put it on Planet of Fakes Live, though. I'll see y'all. We out of here. Stay positive, productive, prolific. Most of all, stay profitable. Keep on your face mask. As far as staying quarantined, I've been going to the store since the quarantine began. It's people out there. It's weed out there. It's everything going on out there. That don't mean you got to be out there. If you value your life and your loved ones, don't do it. We out of here. Planet of Fakes Live.